Sir.
Hello everyone, it's been too long since I last streamed. I don't know how to do anything correctly anymore, but it's good to be here again. Thanks so much for coming and hanging out with us tonight. Of course, tonight we are joined back with the incredible Curse of Strahd campaign run by the wonderful Matihi. tonight we've got the usual cast and crew. We're gonna go around and say who each of us are. I'll go ahead and start off. I'm Emma, also known as Emma Panada. You can find me on Twitch and Twitter at Emma Panada. Here on Twitch, we run various TTRPG games, and on Twitter, I largely shitpost. Hey Sean King, thanks for coming by. Largely shitpost. I'm going to be posting some stuff about a TTRPG I'm working on in the next, 2 weeks to a month or so, and I'm actually going to be hiring people to help me with world building, kind of helping me with system mechanic stuff and just various other things. So if you want a little paid gig in the TTRPG space and you want to apply when it comes up, feel free to follow me there. Otherwise, here we are. As per usual, there's a donation system in place for this game. You can pay real life money for chaos or giving players and GMs boons and various other things. So if you feel so inclined, all the rules for that are on the overlay, of course, and you can just use the donate button to do all that. But let's go around and see who else is playing with us, starting with Stacy.
Hi, I'm Stacy. I play this on Just This. On Instagram, I'm Couple of Chumps Cosplay. There's not much cosplay these days, but that should change soon. This year, there's actually cons. I'm very excited. So,
would love to see it, and we definitely hope for some more con pictures, because those of us that follow you have been going through a dry spell. Next up, Monster Bait.
Speaking of which, I am Monster X Bait on Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, TikTok, and I sometimes stream. Occasionally stream.
Yeah, perfect.
But mostly I'm here just playing D&D.
Hey, yeah. Love to see it. Next up, B.
Hello, I am Bikage. I am an artist and art streamer on Twitch. You can find me at Bikage on Instagram and Twitch and Picardo, and that's it.
And B did all the wonderful token art you see on the display, except for the one by Matihi that was done by our friend Alorviel, also known as Effervescent. But B is incredible. I believe commissions are currently open, so go throw money at B. Thank you very much. And last but not least, the wonderful, the amazing Piper.
And the engaged.
And the engaged.
Hi to Emma. Hi everyone. I'm Piper, aka Peppa, aka Matihi. You can find me at Maddie Matihi on both Instagram and Twitter, and on Twitch, hardly ever at Matihi. I'm gonna try. I swear to God.
We need more Jimothy streams.
Jimothy streams. I currently don't have Jimothy open right now, but I will open him later. So you can see Jimothy on screen in a bit. Even though they abandoned him. Yeah, you can find me here every Tuesday running Curse of Strahd, Curse of Mummy Strahd, or Jimothy and Friends when I have enough heads up that we're not playing Curse of Strahd, and I'm not busy with my fiance hanging out. What else? Oh gosh, I'm here every other Friday playing Kondo, who is an airbender. We played last Friday. So not this Friday, but the following, hopefully. We'll be playing Avatar Legends, and I'm also over on Sal Luna's channel every other Wednesday playing Ricaria, who is a tiefling druid, with her best friend Sir Lancelot, and of course her other best friends, mostly Kalik, who is a little elf who's the bestie. So before we start game, of course. There's a few things. So we do have a couple rolls to make on our chaos table. Thank you, Aki, and thank you, me.
Wow, so
for-
self-congratulatory.
Yeah, I
Dang.
know, I'm wonderful. So what I would like, I will start with Alfie. Alfie, please roll me a D52. And I had realized last time I still have to do it at some point, but there are 52 cards, 54 cards in my Taraka deck that I have for Curse of Strahd. I will be assigning these and we'll be drawing cards from now on to make it a bit more fun for me. So just that /R space D52 there.
Was just gonna add.
Yeah, no, it's
Wait,
all good.
/RD52.
Yep. 25. And I would like Emma, you as well. Thank you so much, Aki, for resubscribing to Emma.
Thanks,
channel.
Aki.
Gifting, of course, Emma some chaos. So as well to you, please roll me a D52. Let's see if anything pertains. So that was a
25 and a 14.
Interesting.
I got close to the unicorn number.
14 of 14. Don't memorize. I'm gonna reorganize these. Ooh, okay, this is fun. I guess these gotta come into effect right away. But I guess we will get started in tonight's episode. So back here in Barovia, just on the edge of Valaki, a small village to the north of this little space of hell called Barovia. What's up?
Hafa just donated 20 bucks. Thank you, Hafa.
Thank you
for
so
blessing
much,
us
Hafa.
with Mommy Strahd. That's not gonna go terribly.
We love to see it. We love to see it. At some point, thank you so much, Hafa. She's coming. She's coming later.
Oh Lord, she coming.
Lord, she might be. Who knows?
Oh, thank you.
Well, let's get back into it and begin tonight's episode. The braying of Sue the Unicorn quickly fades as he and his master, Mortimer, ride towards Augenbast Holt. The mists of Barovia quickly swallow the two up, as it is mere moments before they are out of sight. Ghislaine coughs up one last fly as the affliction brought upon by the fiend possessing their shadow melds back into the earth. The group of four stand outside the western gates of Valaki, sweat already beating upon their foreheads at such an early time of the day. But what a day it has been already. Everyone was woken up near the crack of dawn to the sounds of horrendous screaming echoing from the town square. Upon further inspection, 4 ash piles lay underneath the gallows, as the burgomaster, Baron, had declared the vampires of the night before had been caught and burned in the morning light, or whatever light could filter through these heavy mists. Alfie could easily tell that these ashes were not human. If they could not handle the vampires inside the coffin maker's shop, how could these townsfolk? Serana had begun causing a ruckus, attempting to do the humane thing and give food and water to a villager who had been locked in stocks for quite a few days. Papier-mâché donkey heads were affixed by the neck, going over their faces. One of the elderly prisoners had begged for water. The guards, however, took issue with this and began approaching, and a scene was caused as townfolk began poking their heads out of their downtrodden homes. The group was threatened with expulsion from the village, but the arguments itself were fairly quickly quelled. Now, Serana, No Name, Ghislaine, and Alfie, and Marshall had taken a moment to recover from this unexpected battle and the departure of their new tiefling companion. But as you stand on the edge, the 2 guards who had barely assisted all of you in defeating this creature that had spawned up from Ghislaine's shadow after it had knocked over a cabbage cart, they kind of mill about, wondering what's going on and debating with each other about switching posts, maybe going to have a nap. They're already fairly tired. But what is it? I would like all of you to roll me an intelligence check, please, if you could.
Yes, my strongest stat.
And in the meantime, B, please roll me a D52. For more
Pass.
chaos. Oh, you can't pass. Damn,
It's not
Galene.
allowed.
Damn, it makes sense that you'd remember. And Alfie.
See, Ghislaine doesn't just have muscles for brains.
Very nice.
Oh, I thought that 26 was your
Ooh.
intelligence check. I was like, Jesus Christ.
That'd been pretty good. It's a 4. So a few things need to resolve right off the bat. After this combat, after defeating of this fiend, this is probably the first one that you've seen No Name before. It was, the fight itself, though it was short, it was fairly invigorating. And being up so early in the morning, even with all the mist surrounding you, kind of take a deep breath. As it fills your lungs, you feel refreshed. You feel motivated for the rest of the day. And you almost feel a little bit healthier. So you will gain 15 temporary hit points that do not go away until they are gone. In addition, Serana, same thing with the battle that had went on. It's something about this morning, something in the air. You feel good. You kind of flex your muscles a little bit. With all the shape changing that you've been doing, and really starting to flex your muscles and getting used to your heritage and the person that you are, and finally being free to be yourself in front of your friends. You feel kind of that spirit of the wolf still embody you even after you've shifted back, and you gain a permanent +1 strength bonus.
Ooh.
Ow.
Look at that. Good thing.
Yeah, good things. Alfie will resolve yours a little bit later.
You know that scene in Spider-Man where he just like flexes in the mirror? It's just like muscles.
Oh, yeah, you're like, suddenly you get a 2-pack.
A two-pack.
2-pack.
I think it's pronounced Tupac.
Yeah, in the midst of, while you are both No Name and Serana, you're kind of feeling yourselves right now, like stretch a little bit. You're like, ooh, it's a good morning. Ghislaine and Alfie, you seem to kind of remember more. Ghislaine than anything maybe kind of slaps Alfie on the back, like in recognition and remembering. You do remember that though you are going to most likely be kicked out of the city tomorrow, they don't really want you there. Both Ismark and Irina are leaving today to move to little encampment of the Vistani down south. You also haven't said any of your goodbyes, so you're not sure if they know that you're leaving or not, but that is completely up to you whether you wish or not to go and say goodbye. But other than that, as you kind of stand there just outside of the gates, there's you see the person who'd been pushing the cabbage little wagon, like picking up his cabbages and mourning the ones that are bruised. What would you all like to do?
I help the cabbage
Hey.
Also, I think I'm gonna look at Alfie and be like, oh, hey, we should ask if they need help. Like, they need help. I mean, Ismark and Irina, if they need help. Plus, they have the kids with them. And I think Jimothy would probably want to come with us.
Yeah, I think one last little get together is probably, I mean, it's necessary. We need our kid back.
Yeah.
But also, like, I want to see our people.
Yeah.
How they go.
I feel like we'll be back.
If we're going back in town, then a few things I can pick up on the way. Can meet you all at the tavern if you'd like to check in on Irina and Ismark.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think they're kicking us out of town that quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, they said in the morning, so we have a few hours. Serana, was there anything you wanted to do?
Yeah, I'll go with, what time is it, by the way?
You kind of look towards the sky. It's hard to tell with the sun the way it is, but you knew that you had woken up kind of in the early hours, just as dusk had begun sprouting up. You realize most likely it's around like 7 in the morning.
God damn,
Right
that's
now.
early.
Yeah, y'all
So
are
is this
up
like-
real early.
Is this like hotel
Unreal.
checkout time? Like we have until 11 to beat feet out of this place?
Can we get a late checkout?
Yeah. Is there
You don't know
continental
what the
brunch?
checkout is. You can go talk to the burgomaster if you'd like.
I think
but-
that because the stuff we did that pissed him off was this morning,
yeah.
and he said he wanted us out by tomorrow morning.
Yeah, you
so
got time.
we've got like a full
Oh,
day.
we're fine.
Yeah, you're fine. You're good.
I have like my cloak and I like kind of come out of the room. It's like pushed behind my shoulders a little bit. I got like sun's out, sun's never out, guns always out now. I'm gonna flex my
You're like-
strength of 13 or whatever.
Hell yeah.
Marshall kind of skitters down your arm there, Serana, and goes over to where like your muscles are, and you feel his little paws kind of squeeze it. He's like, "You're jacked now."
No, I'm Serana.
Oh, you're really strong.
And they go bonk, bonk, bonk on your on kind of your bicep there, just knocking on it.
It's a one push. I did like 10 push-ups that morning. That was it.
That was strong.
And he crawls back up your shoulder.
Okay, so just to confirm, we're going. It has been a hot minute. We're
It
going
has.
to,
So originally you were like gunning it towards the Wizards of Wine wineries, just fully booking it out the city, and now things have kind of halted because you got into this little kerfuffle.
yeah.
Mo had left on Sue's back. So you're kind of just standing there, and everyone's talking about going back to say goodbye to Ismark and Irina and maybe Jimothy, depending.
Yeah, I don't think we should bring the child to the winery.
Okay, that's pretty fair. But
I'll
I
just
mean,
Why not?
breakfast. Well,
It's just a winery.
didn't Mo say something about something? It was a very shifty thing.
Mo did say you do, because it
There-
wasn't that long ago. He said that the druids and the people who own the winery have a beef going on right now.
Yeah. And I don't want to bring a kid to potential squabble.
So do you want to do the winery first and then go back?
No,
Well-
Oh.
we'll go back, and you said you wanted to help Irina and Ismark move to the Vistani camp, and I'll grab a few things from the shops that I need. And I imagine your child will stay with Irina and Ismark, and we'll go and tend to the winery.
I don't think this is goodbye by any means.
Let's just see you later.
Yeah.
We could just take we could just take them to the Vistani camp first and then go to the because it's on the way, right?
Yeah.
Let's just do that. Let's get out of this cursed town.
Speaking of kind of on the way, I was wondering if after we deal with this, we could go to Crest.
That's not technically on the way, but that's the opposite of what, the way,
Isn't it
honestly.
Kind of like
It's
further
close.
down.
It's closer to the winery.
Yeah.
We
There's
could go there. I was kind of wanting to go to the temple that Mo mentioned.
Well, let's just get Jimothy to the out
Very
of this.
was
I
the
really don't want to be
temple
here.
Saint Markovia?
I think it's the Amber Temple.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That one. All right. So you begin heading back into the city, and as you do, I'd like all of you to make me
Persuasion checks.
say Serana hears this. Serana, you hear kind of to the west. It sounds like a very muted, almost like kind of like a little muted explosion to the west. Very brief as you start to head back into the Lakey.
Just a little.
There's a little,
Like somebody farted.
yeah, like a spicy fart.
Okay.
Like real spicy, like a little fireball fart.
Like a really.
Like in the town, because we're just going from the
No, to the west.
I mean, like, but
town
we're
is
just,
east.
but we heard it from in the town, right?
No. So the town is to your is to the east, and you heard it from the west.
While
This
we're on our
little
way
explosion.
to the encampment.
While you're heading back inside the Lakey through the western gates.
Okay. Well, I mean, so it'd be behind us.
Yeah. So you're like here, and you hear it from somewhere over here. So it's to the west. You're heading this way.
Okay, sorry. I thought we had. Never mind. I thought we had taken a rest or whatever.
You were like just outside of the Lakey.
The map scale gets me.
Yeah.
Does it sound like it was coming directly west away from us or south?
It sounds like pretty much directly west.
Could I tell about how far away?
Make me
is it to the bridge?
perception check.
Or okay. And this would be hearing to judge it?
Yeah. Yes. So it sounds, you're not too sure what's down here. Like you don't know. There's like a little bridge here, of course. But it's, oh wait, no, you have the map, so you would know. So it does sound like it's coming from there. That is the same direction, of course, that Sue and Mo had went.
Yeah. Hey, there was just something by the bridge. If we want to.
That was.
Yeah, it sounded like a fart, I guess. A real loud one though. Like not quite an explosion. It's a little tooty. Question: Did it sound like a fireball? There's been a lot set off, and I
based
know magic.
on you heard one and kind of how the flames kind of quickly expanded and encompassed everything in their area. You think, even though it was muted, based on your keen hearing, you think that it sounded like the same spell that Mo cast before, that fireball spell.
I'm sure it's fine.
Yeah, I mean, Sue and Mo are together now, so they're probably okay.
Yeah, and if like the forest is, I guess all on fire. Whatever. Is that gonna mess up the camp that we're going to? I feel like if there was a fire, maybe.
We'll see.
It's all right.
Yeah,
The
let's
camp
just-
is to your south, so
Yeah, we're going
yes,
from
'cause
north.
we're in
We're technically going from north to south right now, right?
yeah, you're going east and then you're going south. Currently. But the group of you,
We're just yeah, let's just get Jimothy and then we'll go. I guess that's on the way anyway.
all right. So you all start to head back into town. So who's going towards Irina and Ismark, and who's
I think
going
I'm
shopping?
the only one going shopping really
Shopping.
quick.
No problem. Give me one moment while I bring you back to not Blue Water, and we're going to the town of Balaki. parties mostly here, and then we have, I think it's around there. So majority of you head over towards the tavern while No Name keeps on walking. You start walking to the east, towards the eastern gate there, No Name. A few people are like kind of peeking outside of their house, and you see more and more guards seem to be posting up and getting ready. There seems to be a much more increased guard presence now, walking around and walking in lockstep with one another. But you've at least heard of this this like small kind of trader couple that are there. And give me just a moment. All right. So as you walk up, I'll read this again because it's been a while. So this is a large stockyard that has several locked sheds along its periphery and lies adjacent to a roomy warehouse. A wooden sign above the front gate reads, Arasek Stockyard. Parked at the south end of the stockyard is a sturdy carnival wagon, its colorful paint peeling off. Faded lettering on the sides spell out the words Ricavio's Carnival of Wonders, and a heavy padlock secures the back door. So you can look around, you see there looks to be like a little general store kind of in the center. You see that there's some movement that's going on inside the actual building itself. You can see through the windows. It looks like a fairly tall individual, burly, large shoulders, big kind of dad bod. His shirt doesn't quite fit on his stomach. There's a little bit of tummy poking out. And there's this very stark and gaunt individual, like big sags underneath her eyes, very, very thin face, and her hair is kind of pulled back into this very tight graying bun.
Yzma.
A little bit Yzma-y. And she's much taller than he is, kind of stalking around this little shop, looking to and fro. But this is what you see as you arrive here.
Okay. And this place sells equipment and everything, right?
Yes, it does.
Okay. Morning.
You head inside, and the gentleman greets you with a very short and curt bow. His eyebrows nearly cover kind of his eyes itself, and he kind of has to pick them up in order to see you. But he moves around, stocking things onto various shelving. The tall, lanky woman looks to you and says,
Yes, good morning. Welcome to the shop. What can I get you this day?
I'm looking for long swords.
Oh, we have a great many things. Give me but a moment, and I can bring out some various wares for you. Just 1 second.
and they clap their hands together, and you see the large individual. He hauls to the back, and you hear clattering of metal and steel against one another, and eventually he comes out hauling in his arms a great many swords, just kind of varying qualities, various styles, and plunks them all down upon this hard wooden desk that lay in front. The tall, lanky woman goes around, kind of leans on the desk and says,
Please take your pick. They are, I will say, fairly pricey, just because it is quite difficult to get supply out in these places sometimes.
Yes, I am well aware. What are your prices?
And give me a moment, actually. It's just a long sword. Gods.
I would like
Oh my
to take a second to compliment that perfect Yzma impression. Perfect.
Thank you. Not quite fully into Yzma, but it's good enough. Thank you.
Oh God, what's math?
Crunk!
Roll the lever.
Wrong leather!
She looks to you and says, all of these are varying prices between approximately 50 gold and 74.
She gestures to the various long swords that are on the table. There's like a dagger mixed in with
Yeah,
them.
do any of them like look particularly well made or anything? Like, is there a reason for... Actually, can I just like cast detect magic?
Sure.
See if I can...
What does it look like as you cast this spell?
I think the green rings around my eyes just kind of glow a little bit brighter as I say something in some, probably in like Sylvan, like some kind of magic word, and like the spell activates, and I just kind of look at the blades just to see if any of them are magical in nature or if they're all basically just normal swords in some different quality.
You know what? I would like you to call high or low from me.
Oh. I'll go high.
All right, you'll go high. So please roll me a D100.
Is this like a 50-50 or... Oh, dang it. Oh, that's pretty good.
That's excellent. That is stunning. So you don't get anything off of any of these particular blades. You're not getting any sort of what is it? Any sort of like magical aura, but as you're casting the spell, you feel kind of your detection go out, and there's a small little kind of sparkle in the corner, and you see hanging up upon a kind of a coat rack. Just it looks very tattered, very haggard, but you see what looks to be like a robe. It's kind of this off-whitish, almost like a gray color. It looks to be like stained with various maybe like some tea or some coffee or something spilled on it at one time. And you see kind of sewn onto it, looks very patchwork. There's like small little patches of various different fabrics that are on it that you can see. But this particular item kind of radiates magic to you.
Okay. Very well. I'll pick two like decent looking long swords. And ask how much.
She points down to the one with a long kind of crooked finger and says,
That one is 62 gold, and that one is 70.
Very well. So 132 gold.
Yes.
and she extends a spiny hand towards you.
And what about... I have a companion that I think could use a cloak. What about that one over there?
And they look over towards it and raise an eyebrow, and look back to you and say,
Why do you want this?
I told you, one of my companions can use a cloak.
And they scratch on their chin and say,
500 gold.
I kind of like tilt my head and look at them a bit quizzically. Now, what could cause you to want so much for a tattered thing like that?
Well,
It's
like I
stained,
said.
it's patchwork. I understand materials are hard to come by, but this is far from anything spectacular.
give me a persuasion check, please.
Oh no!
They say.
Wait, I have inspiration. Can I roll again?
Yes, you can.
I'm gonna turn off my
Yeah, because it would be a
advantage.
9. You can definitely reroll, and we'll take the first one. 17. That's better. They think for a moment and say,
Well, this particular one has, it has been throughout the family passed down. No one really wears it, I will say. Tell you what, I will part with it for 450 instead. The $50 discount.
50 gold discount because we don't have dollars here.
Okay. How about a trade?
They quirk an eyebrow at that. Trade.
What are you trading for?
I pull out Mr. Sandman Sand.
No!
And they look down and say, "What's this? It's a bag of sand, little pocket of sand.
It's magical sand.
What would I do with magical sand?
Use it, sell it.
Well, how does it work?"
Well, I gotta read it. You can toss parts of the bag towards a person and it will either blind them or deafen them.
It actually just blinds them.
The card says blinds or deafens.
If you read the whole thing, it says it only does the blindness.
Looking at the card right now,
There should be text.
it says Mr. Sandman's copious bag of ground rocks, and then it has the picture for blindness, deafness.
I had clarified. Oh wait, no, it's in the GM notes. I'm stupid.
Ha!
It's only actually the blinding. It's not the deafening
well,
part.
I didn't say the deafening part though.
Okay, that's fine. And they you know what? Give me another persuasion check here at advantage.
Okay.
To see if you can make this.
Gotta seal the deal. I've been watching a lot of Pawn Stars. I know how this works.
I can give you 3 gold.
A 17. I say,
I'll take the sand and you give me another 200 gold on top of it. And then I will give you this wonderful, beautiful robe.
We've got a deal. So I will give them the sand and so 200, so 332 for the swords and the cloak.
yes.
Okay. Math. Okay,
All right. So you get, as you kind of are given this robe, you see that it just has like all these patches. As you touch it, like the robe itself feels very soft underneath your fingers. It feels very expensive. And you see that it's just like various patches that are on here, made of different materials. You can kind of feel one of them's like a chenille, so it's a little bit fuzzy. Another one of them, it's like a flannel, so more kind of like cozy almost. And then there's like a satin one as well.
Mm-hmm.
This is what you get.
Okay, and then I leave.
All right. As you depart and head back into kind of the city, maybe heading back towards the tavern, we are going to cut over towards everybody else who is currently in the tavern. Give me just a moment. Just a moment. Where's my bar audio? Had bar audio, but it's gone. We'll figure it out. It's fine. So as you head back into the tavern itself, I'll just describe it to you all. You kind of open up the doors, and inside, eating breakfast with each other, you see all of the kids kind of running around and playing with each other. You see, of course, you see Myrtle and Freak. They seem to be kind of playing tag. And of course, you see Jimothy playing along with them. And he says,
Wait up, my little legs can't get you.
and starts like chasing them around to try and tag them during this morning. Ismark seems to be attempting to get the children under order, trying to get them to stop moving around so much, trying to contain them and say, "It's time for breakfast. Let's calm down. Let's, get some food into us before you start. Hey, don't knock that over." And is trying to contain the children. Irina and Rictavio seem to be just enjoying each other's company and talking. Rictavio seems to be going on about some adventure that he's gone on before. And of course, as the three of you enter the tavern, both Irina and Rictavio turn around and both go, "Hey!" and raise what you think is water in their mugs, because there's no more alcohol here. And they start to drink. And Irina says,
I kind of thought you left without saying anything. I'm not gonna lie.
No. We just ran into some difficulties, but didn't leave without saying bye.
I'm glad you didn't. And you see a smile break onto their face as they get up from their seat and come over and give both Alfie and Ghislaine a smooch.
I was just gonna say, like I'd leave before getting a little smoochy.
I of course appreciate the smooches before you go, considering today's when we're leaving. But are you going to the whole winery then?
Yeah.
That's good.
We'll be back though.
I'm glad. Really glad for that. I mean, we're just going to be down south in the that little village there. Well, encampment, I guess?
Yeah.
Is the name?
Yeah, seems like.
And what exactly was going on outside with the screaming and everything?
They caught some vampires, and I try to give a look to say no, wasn't vampire.
Air
This is
quotes.
Alfie going,
Air quotes behind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's concerning.
And we found some people in stocks, and Serana was just doing her best to try and help them out a little bit. They obviously didn't deserve to be there, and the city is very kind of looks around at all the kids, effed up.
You see both Freak and Myrtle go,
He said a bad word.
and
Not quite.
Jimothy says,
They always say bad words.
That's true.
wait, hold
we
on.
may have caused a little ruckus.
There he is. Hello. A ruckus? What kind of ruckus?
The kind that gives us a day here.
A day? We have to move out?
Yeah, but we needed to blow this popsicle stand anyway, kid. We're done.
Yeah.
Okay. That sounds good.
And Jimothy toddles over, smiling up both at Ghislaine and Alfie, but toddles up to you, Serana, and kind of opens his little arms out and says,
I want to hug you before you go.
big
I'm
hug.
gonna miss you.
Very
and
big hug.
You lift up Jimothy and gives you a very big squeeze, the biggest squeeze that a small tabaxi child can give you.
Can I take your jalapeno for good luck?
Yes, of course you can.
And he unstrings his little jalapeno from his neck and hands it to you and says,
Make sure you stay safe. And I love you.
I'm gonna throw up. God dang it. Hold on a second. He's too cute. I can't.
Too adorable. God damn it.
I go, I love you lots, and I'm gonna miss you every second I'm away.
you see Jimothy starts to tear up. And she says,
Okay, I'll be a boy for your boy. I
I'm
don't
like,
mind.
if I'm borrowing your okay, hold on. If I'm gonna borrow your jalapeno, then I will trade you something of mine.
I'll hold on to it with my wife.
I just put all the Mr. T jewelry on it.
Oh.
he gets loaded down with all this jewelry. And he's
It's like 150 gold worth of jewelry. But hey, I'm thinking is if something happens, you know, I'm leaving them with a lot of money worth of jewelry that they can do something with. But also, it's just a lot of jewelry.
Thank you. I will treasure it forever.
What do
Our
we
little baller.
what do we think about maybe walking with them to the camp?
Oh yeah, we can
Oh,
get
for
you guys
sure.
over there.
Timothy, do you want to be an airplane on the way?
What's an airplane?
Oh, shoot. Yeah.
An air
What is this
balloon.
fantastical thing?
A kite.
Do you want to fly?
I would. Is it safe? Well,
I could show
if
you
it's-
the world.
if it's you, it's always safe going.
And Ghislaine just kind of like almost tears up and like offers to like pick him up.
yeah, and Jimothy, of course, outstretches his little tabaxi arms towards you. And you pick him up into your arms and he says,
Hey.
Are we all ready to go? Does anyone need to? Oh, wait, no name.
I'm not there.
About no name. But as kind of each of you are getting together, give me a moment. Rictavio comes over towards you, Alfie, and kind of bends down a little bit, and he says,
You know, I know that you're going into a very dangerous situation down at the Wizards of Wineries there. I have an extra one of these, and I thought maybe it would be of service to you. I find that it's a tad bit short for me, and I think would be the perfect height for you.
He smiles and he pulls from behind his back. It's like kind of your size. He pulls out, it almost looks like a matching cane that is the same size, it's like the same look as his, but smaller and your size, and hands it to you and says, Don't worry, if you turn the handle just clockwise and pull it out, there's a silvered sword inside, and you can stab away at various things like werewolves.
Well,
Fancy as heck.
I'm gonna treasure this with my life. And she's, thank you.
Oh. You know, I think it was that other halfling gentleman that passed this on to me at one point.
The one, the one you don't really remember.
Yes,
as
the one
much
that kind
where
of looks
to
like
go?
you. Yes.
Oh, that's great.
Alfie, you're dead. Maybe.
Maybe this could be his, and that would be really nice. That would be a lot of niceness for me.
Well, I do hope that you use this to its full capabilities, and stay safe, of course.
I'll see you again, bud.
Of course, I'll be here waiting for you to bring back the alcohol. For I am dry and sad.
We can't keep it that way.
Of course.
And then he goes up and says, Bartender, another water. Oh, it sounds disgusting. And
Are we all? We're all there, right?
as
We're leaving.
Yeah, as you're finishing discussing, I think that's when No Name comes up and rejoins the party.
Wearing a dope ass cloak.
Yes.
Who's
So
that hottie over there?
you're not giving it to anyone. You're just wearing it yourself.
Yeah.
Damn. All right.
Unless I find out that it's not anything good for me, but for now,
Wow.
for now
Daddy.
she's wearing it.
You
I
don't
love it.
have to attune to it at all. Let's see. I would like you. Can you roll me 4d4, please? There, Emma.
Yeah, sure.
Cool, sweet, thanks.
You're welcome. That's
11,
pretty good.
that's very good.
Wow.
Damn. Okay, this is gonna be interesting.
Holy shit.
I might reveal these as they go. This is gonna be fun. So as you're kind of going, I would say that you started kind of exploring this. You realize that these patches, they're not patches, but they're pockets. You find that you can like reach into them, and they seem like they lay flat, but strangely, as you kind of reach into them, and you can pull out much larger objects from them.
Mhm.
You find a dagger in one of them. You find what looks like a bullseye lantern in another. A giant, like, as you pull it, it's kind of hard to pull out, but it's like a full-length steel mirror.
Nice.
A 10-foot pole, some hempen rope, and a random sack. It's just a sack.
Does it have a face stitched on it?
It does not have
Okay,
a face
thank
stitched
God.
on it. But you explored a few of these. There's still a bunch of other patches that you haven't explored just yet, but you do. Yep.
Are you-
Yep.
Are you
Sorry,
okay?
I'm just reading some of the things that could be in these patches. So funny. But that's you got. You have now the robe of useful items.
Hey, nice.
So, and all of you, do you want to do anything else before you start venturing down south towards the Vistani camp?
I have a thing I would like to do.
Of course.
Like, there's what was said, dry, sad people at the bar. I go, this will last 1 hour. And it's not gonna get you drunk. Give me a bunch of water. And I want to just make it all just like taste like maybe like alcohol with prestidigitation. Like you got some magical, like maybe it's like the flavor.
Octavio immediately comes over and says, "You are quite the blessing, Zorana.
I turned some water into wine. You're welcome.
I very much appreciate it. This reminded me of a fellow that I met a long time ago in my adventures.
I'm sorry.
Excuse me? He had like a beard, just like a little goatee, darker skin. A very nice fellow. He liked to build houses or something, I don't know.
Oh no.
Now we have the.
I
now we have
got
the
nothing.
It was
Got nothing.
Now we have the Technicolor Dream Code. And
And a man who met Jesus.
Love it.
All right, so you turn water into tasty wine.
Yeah, like it just kind of tastes.
Water
It
tastes.
doesn't do anything. It's the consistency isn't there, so I don't want to make anything that should be like more viscous or like bubbly. But it's just like been drinking like flat soda. That'd be gross if it was like ale or something. So I think wine's the best. But it literally just looks like water. As much as I can.
I love it. So taste as much as water as possible. Okay. So as you do that and you begin to head out, the group of you begin heading south to the southern doors of the Lakey towards the Vistani encampment. It doesn't take long. It takes maybe 10-15 minutes for you to reach there on foot. And as you do, let's see. as you begin to head there, Ismark, Irina starts herding the kids because Ismark has done it long enough, and Ismark's done it long enough, needs a break, so Irina starts herding the kids. Ghislaine, you're carrying, and like over top of your head, Jimothy, like he's got his arms spread out like a little a not plane, like a bird. And is saying, "Wee, I can fly!" the whole time, just very much enjoying it. Marshall looks up at you, Serana, from like his little shoulder perch, and he's like, "Hey, can you do that to me? Can you like make me fly? Be fun."
I'm gonna do some.
It kind of it kind of like zooms into my thoughts, and it's just like I pick up Marshall, and I just yeet him so high into the air, just as like it's a passing thought. I just want that to be what, like, in case anybody was detecting thoughts, I just want to put that out there. Like, it would be super easy. I don't know if that's even a thing or if Marshall has it, but it's kind of like a threat. Because I do have my staff, and I'm just like, I mean, I'm sure Ghislaine can carry both of you, and I will like gently set up on Ghislaine. Although I do want to yeet very badly.
So you gently set Marshall on top of Ghislaine's shoulder, and Marshall like crawls up your head, Ghislaine, and then up your arm, and just like sits on Jimothy's back and goes, "Wee!" and holds up his little rat arms. But he's sitting at Jimothy's back and enjoying the flight patterns. Ismark kind of looks to the group of you and says, we've had quite a lot of struggles as time's kind of gone on. I just want to let you know that I do appreciate everything that you've done for me and my sibling. Mostly me, I guess. So thank you.
I think this place would not have been the same without you two and the kids. And just, everyone here. And I think we
would have made it half as long without you guys, quite honestly.
Yeah.
I think you could have made it just as well. Maybe without me, you would have been fine. But I think without Irina, you would have been quite royally
dead.
Screwed. Yes. But I do hope you come back and visit occasionally. I don't know exactly how safe from Strahd we are going to be being there, but nowhere's really safe, is it? It's more just a matter of time.
Seems like it, but the more people you have around you, the better chance we all have. And we'll always be within screaming distance. I mean, screaming real loud.
I'll attempt. But yeah, it is greatly appreciated, and I do look forward to seeing you all again. I just hope that you all stay safe and healthy and happy as much as you can, and hopefully kill that bitch soon.
Yeah, we'll try to do most of those.
Yeah.
Thank you. And it's at this point that you all arrive at the edge of the Vistani camp. You can see on top of the hill, there's that smoke that's coming out of that central tent, the various carts and wagons surrounding the place, and also the houses along the outskirts, kind of almost in like a little clockwise position. And as you are coming up to this place, I'll say, excuse me, no name. You're kind of looking out, and you and Alfie spot inside one of the buildings there. You see coming out. They don't look to be dressed like the Vistani at all. They have these hoods. One of them has the hood up over their head, one of them down. They have almost this kind of obsidian-esque complexion. And you see that they all have these very pointed, flared ears, very much like elves. You haven't seen any elves before in this place. And you see them kind of come out of their home for a moment and look at the group of you, whisper to each other, and they seem to like kind of scurry back into their home.
I think Alfie's gonna notice them and then notice No Name noticing them and kind of nudge like, do you know those? Have you seen those guys before?
I haven't, no. They're at the Vistani camp?
Yeah, so let me...
Perhaps we should go say hello.
They didn't seem too excited by us.
How often is anyone excited to see anyone here?
Yeah, this place, I mean,
I'm usually pretty excited to see Jimothy.
yeah.
I'm excited to see you too.
He shouts down from the top of Galene's arms.
I'm an entertainer. Everyone's excited to see me. Ha!
That is true.
I'm gonna just start walking towards the house.
All right, let me make these people smaller. Should be a little bit smaller. There we go. They're in tow. You kind of saw over in this area, and you all start to kind of meander over. And Irina says, "Where are you going?" As you start to wander off the path.
Going to have a few words with some people.
Right. Guess we'll come with. And the group of you start to walk over towards kind of this little house here. I'm just gonna remove the dynamic lighting.
A little house on the prairie.
Yeah, so you see this tiny house here. Let's see, do I have a good... Let me get it. Where are you? Nope. Sorry, give me one moment. Yeah, here it is. Okay, here we go. So you see here, there just looks to be, the door's kind of ajar now. And you see these two elven individuals kind of standing. You see various weapons that are strapped to them. They look to have kind of spears on their backs and small daggers attached to their hips. The two of them kind of look up and look towards the group of you a little bit with some speculation on their faces. One of them kind of raises an eyebrow and says, "Can we help you at all?"
I haven't seen any elves in Barovia before. You're a curious sight.
Well, we're not a spectacle to marvel at. There's not very many of us, but we stay here. What business do you have?
I've been to this camp a few times at this point, and I've never seen you.
We don't come outside much, especially to outsiders.
Why's that?
Well, they look at each other and they say, "That's not really for us to discuss. It's more, if you would like to talk to anyone about this, I would suggest speaking with Casimir."
Casimir's the cool brother, right?
Casimir, you have not heard of Casimir. Casimir, You're not sure who they are. And they say they're in the building straight to the south. Southmost building, I should say. He
And
is the de facto leader.
of the Vistani or of you?
Of us. What remains of us.
What happened to you all?
They look to each other. All of you can give me a perception check if you'd like. A 5. They're perfectly fine with this line of questioning.
Totally.
Oh yeah, 100%, for sure. I would say,
Was it
Serana,
visual?
you're kind of the one to pick up on this. You see that their faces kind of contort. They look very uncomfortable with this line of questioning. And they say, again, you should speak to Cassidy on this. And we're just trying to have our breakfast in peace and not answer questions from probing folk.
We'll go ask.
And they nod their head. And you see the other one kind of gets up. They have like a bit of a, I would say a lankier frame, but more like dipped hips, long legs. And they kind of come over and like slowly push the door closed in your face as politely as possible, but they do close the door in your face.
Well, I guess they don't really like new friends.
Yes.
Apparently
Tells me that
not.
people always haven't been kind to them.
Hey, Narina chimes in and says, if you all want to go talk to the elves. I've never seen elves before. Anyway,
Wait, so
I'll
you
go-
haven't
you
heard
haven't
of elves in Barovia either?
I mean, there's been like stories of elves before.
Are
but-
there stories of elves being killed?
You know what? Irina shrugs and says, I'm gonna be honest, I don't know. And Ismark says, actually, I did hear about this before. Apparently, there were dusk elves that were here before. And you're talking as you're walking, sort of thing, so you're not just standing creepily outside these people's home. And says, apparently they had previously worked with Lord Strahd and had displeased her in such a way that she had decided to wipe out majority of them. Now they are apparently in ruins, at least, so what the story tells.
I see. Good story.
Yes. Well, not that good. And Irina says, let me just take the kids. We'll start talking to the Vistani. Get us all set up. Aye?
Good idea.
Sounds good. Avoid the name of the jerk.
The
Aragal.
mean one.
She
Yeah.
says it, but I, as the player,
Dickface.
forgot.
And Irina says, all right, I'll make sure to talk to Luvash then.
Ghislaine leans in and is like, if Argyle gives you any trouble, let me know.
Well, I will, but I can handle it, sweetheart. And gives you a wink and gives you a little wave, Alfie. And all the kids, including Jimothy's taken off your hands. And of course, Jimothy kind of looks to you all and says,
I don't know if you're leaving now, but just in case, goodbye.
I give him a big hug. And he gives you the biggest squeeze that his little tabaxi arms can muster.
I act
Pulling
like
you
it's real tight. Like, careful.
Oh no, am I hurting you so much?
You're so strong.
Oh, I'm a strong adventurer now, so I've been buff. I'm buff.
Make sure not to go off on your own.
You see Timothy debating, like looking around a little bit suspiciously, and then he's like,
Okay, I will go off on my own.
Adventurers always have at least one buddy in the buddy
Okay.
system.
Moidel, you want to be my buddy?
and Myrtle looks up and says,
Yeah, let's be buddies.
and Creek says,
I want to be buddies too.
You can all be buddies.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's
Says
a really good idea. Adventurers need parties.
And it seems like the children start to talk amongst each other and they start forming a party.
My God.
And they're like,
Well, could it be adventurous?
with
At least if our
Jimothy-
characters die, we just immediately have.
And this is Jimothy and friends in Barovia.
Yes.
As the group start to walk off towards Lubash, you see the larger gentleman kind of starting to wave them over. And of course, Arabelle kind of comes out and starts to take in the kids and start to socialize, saying hi to Jimothy and the other children. And the four of you, plus Marshall, start heading down towards the southern building. And you see, as you do kind of come around to the south, you see here, standing quietly out front of this house, bathed in the warm light of its lanterns, are 3 sullen, gray-cloaked figures there. Angular features and kind of this white flowing hair hidden half under their cowls. And they kind of stand there and give you all like this, like almost like a sad look as you approach.
Ghislaine is gonna try and make themselves as look as small as they can to not be threatening.
No Name is going to try to make themselves as large as they can to seem confident.
All
Buffy just stands.
I'm always in the back. I'm just kind of herding everybody.
Morning.
That is excellent.
They look to all of you and give you a small nod. And the one says, "Morning. How can we help you?"
We're looking for someone named Carpaccio. I don't remember their names. What's their name?
Casimir.
Casimir.
I like Carpaccio.
Cappuccino.
Let's say, Casimir. And they look to each other, and you see one kind of whispers to the other. If you want to know what they're saying, you can roll a perception check.
I would love to try to roll a
Okay,
perception
anybody
check.
who would like to.
It's not gonna go well for me.
Okay, I will give it a go. It's just a regular
It's just for
look
hearing.
around.
Wow.
Look at that nat 20.
Holy moly!
You, for sure, Ghislaine, Serrano, you hear this too, but for sure, like Ghislaine, you hear, you hear them whisper to each other, and the one says, "Can we trust these folk at all? Like, why are they here to see Casimir?" And you hear another say, "These are the ones that helped Arabelle. They seem like good folk. I mean, they helped the Vistani." I say, "Oh, they helped the Vistani. Okay, we should. I mean, maybe they can figure out maybe they can help us as well. We'll see." And they look to you and say, "All right." And they knock on the door. Say, "Casimir, those individuals who helped the Vistani are here. They want to speak to you." And Ghislaine, you can kind of hear past the door. While they were whispering, what you heard was like this very soft sobbing, like very soft crying, like someone trying to mute themselves. And as soon as the door gets knocked on, it stops and ceases. And you hear from inside a very airy, very flowing, almost melodic voice come from inside. And you hear kind of more of I would say, kind of almost like an androgynous voice come through the door and says, "Come in, please."
I walk inside.
Yeah, we'll make our way in.
I'm confident,
They step aside and open the door for you. And inside this small little kind of hut. Give me one sec. Was there anything else? Any other descriptors on this, or is it just nope? It does not. Okay, cool. Just want to make sure. As you head in, you see an individual, kind of this dark, like very dark skin. You see that he has a cowl up over his head, but you can see like the wisps of white hair peeking out. Very strong, angular features on his face. Fairly tall, standing about 6'3", and they kind of waver a little bit and turn to the group of you, and they give you a nod of the head. As you're looking around, it's like slightly decorated. You see statuettes kind of on the walls, various elven deities standing in little like cubby holes and such. You also see a tapestry of a forest hanging on the the western wall. He looks to have just gotten up out of a chair. He looks to you and bows his head respectfully and says, hello, I'm Casimir. How can I help all of you?
It's good to meet you, Casimir.
You as well?
We met some of your community members in one of the other homes, and they seemed a bit unwilling to talk about themselves or your community, and told us to come and speak to you for any information. I haven't seen elves in Barovia.
Well, to be perfectly honest, it's mostly because we are here. Majority of us are here, though one of us is currently missing.
Who's missing?
One of the other Dusk Elves. They had gone off to look for Arabelle for the Vistani, but unfortunately has not come back yet. It's always a shame when one of our numbers leaves. We hope they're not dead.
Do you know where they went to look, or where they potentially might have disappeared?
We feel that they went to the west, but unfortunately have not come back.
So that leaves 3 other directions.
Like I said, they went west.
Oh, I thought you said that they didn't think.
No, they did go to the
okay,
west.
got it.
What were they
Okay.
doing out there?
They were looking for Arabelle.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we were about to embark west on a small journey of our own. We could keep an eye out. But any other information you could provide us would be helpful.
And they kind of, I would say, frown a little bit and says, well, what information are you looking for? Why are a group like you here?
Any information that you know
About
your companion. I was looking for Arabelle too, and these are the ones that found her. We're a group of people that are trying to help. You don't need to keep your defenses so high.
It is difficult when you've lived as many years as we have here in Barovia to not be defensive.
I understand that. But we are not of Barovia. So there is some trust that can be placed in us that I understand it would be hard to do so for some of the natives who have lived here their entire lives.
They You see, and they just kind of smile and look down, look back up at you and say, "We have not lived here our entire lives. Our lives are expansive, but we did not originate here."
Where did you originate?
Well, they pause for a moment and think, and you see that their expression turns very solemn. It says, "Unfortunately, that information has been lost to time. We've been here centuries."
Well, I have come to kill Strahd and reset this land to something different, something better.
You see that as their eyes kind of spark up when you say that you're here to kill Strahd.
And these, they are looking to improve the place in their own small way, I suppose. We haven't talked about all of their goals yet, but they are stuck here, much the same as many others. And they're looking for their way out.
Strahd, go home. That's the general idea.
They look to you all, to the rest of you, and say, "If you're here to defeat Strahd, maybe you can help me with something as well, if possible." My sister, Petrina, unfortunately, their spirit has been stuck in the catacombs of Castle Ravenloft for centuries. I have dreams about her nightly, and I think if you all are keen on figuring out and helping this place, maybe you could help me. Have you heard of a place called the Amber Temple?
We have, yes.
There's something there, I think, that will help break whatever pact or whatever curse is on this land, breaking it with Strahd and being able to free this place, and maybe helping free Petrina as well.
We've heard of a sword hidden in the Amber Temple that is said to be able to kill Strahd. Are you speaking of something else, or
No,
the same?
not just the sword. There's information there, tomes upon tomes, books, novels, just a plethora of information. I think I had not been for. There's not enough. My companions, we don't have enough power to get there, but you all look like quite the sort. Maybe you could help me get there, find out what it is, and help break it. They seem very excited now, talking to all of you.
Now that's the right energy.
What are Ghislaine and Serana doing right now?
I am I'm kind of rifling through my journal, and I'm kind of debating whether I should bring up the cards again. I feel like I just did. I feel
No,
like
you can
I
bring
might
it
have
up
talked
again.
to. I mean, like that's like Serana is debating whether to bring it up. I do think I discussed everything with No Name when we made our little pact.
Yeah.
Which was that grabbed, or was that left,
What? Sorry. The sack?
or the doll?
The doll is definitely in Alfie's possession. You did go back to the tavern. It is up to you whether you grab the sack or not.
Would anybody have remembered, besides me wanting to take it?
I feel like we probably would have grabbed that as we like go
Yeah.
to pack up our stuff, because that's probably not the thing we want to leave in a random hotel.
Yeah. No, it's not. So yeah, you have the sack with you.
And Ghislaine is just kind of listening kind of like listening to them and thinking about all of like we have so many things to do and each one of us has someone they need to find and like what's another person that we need to help onto the list, like we'll just do it as we go along. But also like getting into that castle seems like a far off thing.
Mm-hmm. You see, Casimir says, I've been spying on the Amber Temple for many a year now, and I feel like if we can get in, if we can read these books, if we can find out what magics originally helped Strahd tuck this place away and create it, I feel like we can break it.
I think that is wise, but I am very keen to go to the Ember Temple. There's much that interests me there. However, we have made deals to help others in other places here in Barovia that we need to handle first. I myself have no qualms with bringing you when we do go, but it will not be for some time, unfortunately.
Who was missing?
Oh, who's missing? Oh,
There was missing. Another elf.
Their name is Elfie, the elf.
Pippin Paddle the Third.
Elfo.
God damn it! What is their name?
Can it be Elfo from Enchantment?
It's Elmo.
Oh no!
Fernando is scared of nothing. It is not Fernando. God damn it! Where the hell is? God damn it! Where's their name? This is so annoying.
Make one up. Make one up.
Steve. Steve. They say their name's Savid.
It's pretty close to Steve.
It's pretty close to Steve. Did you say Sativ? What'd you say?
Savid.
Ooh.
Sadit? Savid. Savid.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
My headphones. Let me turn them up.
My elven tongue is a little bit too sharp for some of your hearing. It's fine.
Well, we will keep an eye out this person as we journey west.
Thank you.
I'm fairly good at divination magic. Is there anything of theirs that I could potentially use to track them?
Yes, of course. Give me but a moment. And they step out from their little tiny hut and make their way over to the left side to another one of them. Head in, and you see them kind of digging around a little bit. And eventually they come out and they bring another gray cloak, very much matching all the other dusk elves. And they bring it to you and hand it towards you and say, this was theirs.
I'll keep a lookout. We'll keep a lookout and
Thank you.
hopefully find them.
It is much appreciated. Come back when you can. I been waiting a great many years to rescue my sister, but wants a few more. They seem a bit strained when they say that.
It's like, oh no.
Like an awkward joined laugh.
Yeah. I mean, our goal, we are gonna go there. We're going to go there. So.
Thank you. In the meanwhile, the Vistani we have heard, are very thankful of all of you. I'm sure they will get you whatever you need, if you need it.
Of course. Well, thank you for speaking with us. We appreciate it.
I look forward to seeing all of you again. You see that there's like a genuine smile that comes across their face, and it almost cracks their cheeks a little bit, like they have not smiled in a very long time.
We will bring Savid back to you soon.
Thank you.
I turn
Savid is-
around, like, I just go, "Are you okay? Are you hurt? I am a healer."
Are you saying that to Casimir?
Yes.
And they look at you and says, only my heart for my people. If you can heal that, well, you're a miracle worker.
Oh, I can.
Well, I wasn't gonna say. Yeah. Well, like, is it? Never mind.
We'll
you got
try
me.
our best
We're going to try our best, indeed.
to write
Thank you.
things.
They nod to you, and all of you depart from them. I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, and as you depart from this little tiny house, this is where we're going to take a 5-minute break. So thank you everyone for tuning in. We're going to take a little 5 minutes, go pee after, drinking lots of water and such and making piss. So, go to the bathroom, take a code brown if you need to, and, just come back in 5 minutes, I guess. Bye.
Yeah, we'll be back. Thank you, everybody.
Thank
so
you for
much.
that.
You're welcome. Anytime.
Hello, everyone. We are back, but I don't have the camera back on. And there we go. There we are. Huzzah. Thank you, everybody, so much for waiting for us and for hanging out with us tonight. Let's just go ahead and run back with Matt. Matt, take it away.
All right, as you all leave Casimir's little home and start heading north, heading up the hill, it's a little bit of a trek. It's, you have to do some lunges to get up. Alfie, you're having a little bit of trouble getting up the hill, but eventually you do make it up to this kind of the circle of various caravans and barreled wagons and such, and are able to kind of see far ahead. Just kind of around this corner, you see that Ismark and Irina are currently talking to Luvash. They seem very jovial. The entire conversation is seeming to go well. They start to kind of joyously laugh. You hear the kids giggling and playing somewhere. You're not too sure where they are currently. Serana, can you tell me high or low, please?
Hi.
High. All right. Roll me a D100, please. All right. That's good. So as you're kind of making your way up, Alfie, you feel like some sort of almost like a change in the air. It's kind of, you feel that everything's blowing slightly to the, like from the north going to the south. You feel the air on your face as you're heading up. But you feel all of a sudden the wind starts to kind of shift and twist around you. Various leaves in the grass start to almost spin and encompass around your small figure, and you kind of have to cover your head as it's like this cacophony of wind that's suddenly buffeting you. As you close your eyes, as it feels like various sand and dirt particles are trying to get in there, you have to quickly close your eyes to get it away, and you hear almost like this light, like a snicker on the wind, like a little a small giggle come about. All of you notice for just a moment, Alfie is just completely blasted by wind. No one else has this encounter at all. And as you kind of look down, you see that there is like a small amount of, of course, there's the light from the day coming in and shining down. A lot of it's muted, of course, due to the mist. So everything's got this grayish overhang. But of course, there are various shadows that are cast around. Ghislaine, yours is, of course, mimicking your every move. You're not finding that it's tipping over any horses or trying to spill over what remains of like the alcohol supply here. But Alfie, you look down at your own shadow and you're a little bit taken aback as you know that it has this almost pinkish tinge to it now. As you kind of move around, you notice that the shadow's following you, but it's, as you're looking at it, it's becoming more and more of this almost like a rosy pink.
The wind stopped?
The wind has stopped now.
Huh. Alfie's gonna almost like a dog chasing its tail, go around a few times looking at the shadow, like, what in the fuck?
Alfie,
Yeah,
are you
see this
okay?
little pink shadow, that's now replaced Alfie's dark grayish shadow that she usually carries.
We all notice it?
All of you notice this pink shadow that Alfie...
When we just had a traumatic shadow moment this very morning.
Yeah.
Mere hours ago.
Can I smell the shadow?
You lean down and you give it a big sniff. It kind of smells like rose tequila.
Ooh.
I'm gonna actually tell Alfie that. I'm gonna be like, your shadow smells like
rose alcohol.
Rose alcohol.
We're just still in the
I mean,
encampment?
she would.
Sorry, Serana?
We're just still here in the encampment?
Yeah.
Can I I'm gonna just like pet the grass, like I'm trying to after what we just experienced with the other shadow. I'm like trying to touch this one and like
You just feel
picking at the grass
grass
a little.
and dirt under your hands. You don't feel anything unique.
And
It's just a pink shadow.
she's doing exact movements
Yep.
the same.
100%.
Okay.
Just a pink shadow.
I started to get really nervous, and I'm like, maybe it wasn't that bag that took us in. Are you sure? Is there something weird? We're in the same place, right? Where we disappeared?
You are.
Which one of us is carrying the bag? Am I carrying
Is
the
I
bag?
think it's you,
you?
Alfie. You're carrying the bag.
Oh, no.
I go, we have to fucking destroy that.
We should add
We
that to
have
the
to
top of the
destroy it.
roster today.
Yeah. It
You
needs
have
to
any
go.
ideas for how to destroy strange bags that you know nothing about?
I generally just burn things that are of fabric, but maybe that's not what we do with this.
Not entirely sure that would work if it's magical.
I guess someone needs to stay behind me while this shadow situation is still occurring because we need to watch her. She might smell good, but she might have bad intentions. I don't trust these shadows no more.
I will watch the shadow.
We're all just
you-
staring at the ground.
If you want to step back and wait, I can cast detect magic.
Oh, that's
on it.
true.
A good idea.
Mhm.
It just, I guess, if it moves within 10 minutes, stab it.
Yeah.
If you didn't move.
Yeah, I'll just try to stay pretty still so we can watch if the shadow moves.
Yeah, as you're kind of standing there, you're starting to kind of cast this ritual there,
Takes a
Serana.
minute.
And you see that Irina like looks back and is like waving the group of you over, kind of motioning for you to come towards them.
I put the danger hand up signal as I'm casting, right? Because I need to do my
Yeah.
stuff.
All right. As you're doing that, I would like all of you to make me perception checks, please.
I would love to make a perception check.
Is it a sniff check or a
This is a... For you, this is a sniff check.
I did good.
You did really
Yes.
good.
I rolled well.
All right.
To
all right.
perception?
Yep.
Is it sight?
This will be sight for you, yeah. Sight. Actually, you can do a smell as well. 20 is good. But you notice it's a bit strange, first off. As you're kind of standing there, no name, you notice another shift in the wind. As you look up, the clouds begin to darken slightly. You see that they come from the east and start to fairly quickly move across the sky. Serana, you're about midway through your ritual at this point. You notice the darkness kind of closing in, getting closer and closer. Then you start to hear what sounds like squeaking, little tiny chirps just
Oh.
coming from the sky. As
I
it does so.
I stopped casting. If I can hear that, I just stop. It's not even.
You don't hear it just yet. This is mostly for No Name hearing this kind of squeaking in the distance. But as it gets closer, Serana and Ghislaine, you start to hear it. Ghislaine, you get a very, very familiar scent as it gets closer, as you start to see what looks like a horde of bats start to fly towards the group of you. And as it gets closer, starting to fly towards the direction of Ismark and Irina. You all
I head
a
right
round.
towards them.
Can I sort of
Alright.
sprint towards them as well?
Yeah, you can do your full movement action to... This will be your entire action is to get over there. But you have one round, basically.
What direction are they?
They're just to the north.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
So you can use your full I think 15, 20, 25, 30. Yeah, you can basically use your entire action to get there.
Okay.
As Ismark and Irina turn to look at these incoming bats.
I'm gonna yell if I can. I'm gonna yell at Ismark to duck and kind of like try and cover him.
Now you yell at Ismark to duck, and he does so, kind of diving backwards towards the entrance of this what is it called? This little tent here, kind of dives back into the tent. All the children start to kind of huddle and freak out. You see Arabelle is the one ushering them, like starting to usher them towards, but all of you have more of a fast reaction time. So Serana and Alfie, you can move up if you'd like to as well, unless you want to cast something.
Oh yeah, there's definitely something I want to cast.
Is Alfie? I don't know if Alfie's seen the thing of bats yet.
Alfie, I think it was probably pointed out to you as you notice like Ghislaine and
yeah, I think I'm just seeing them
just
sprint
rush. Yeah, same thing, Serana. You see this like horde of bats coming in. Alfie, you eventually see it, and it's very close. But again, you have like basically a round.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the cane and unsheathe that sword and just start coming over with them because they seem like they're gearing up, so I'm gearing up.
All right, Serana.
I stay behind everyone, but they're all running into the tent, right?
You see that Ismark has. Irina's drawn their blade. Luvash is just wide-eyed staring at this coming.
I'm just going to walk over to between Alfie and Irina, and because like Ismark and Jimothy and the kids are in the tent, right?
They're going to be probably making their way to the tent.
Okay.
But they're not as fast.
But they've
as
been
all
all
of you.
like they're all being told to usher in. Okay,
Yep.
well, I'm just gonna walk over. I'd like to cast daylight on my staff. It lasts an hour.
Nice.
Okay. So what does daylight do? If you don't mind.
Let me see if it's linked into the thing, because I just have it pulled up on the spell thing. Hold on, let me search it.
Also, I cast Divine Favor as a bonus action.
Okay.
So my swords go glowy.
Nice.
Do I have to be in a certain menu to get it to add to my spells?
For what, sorry?
Oh, I think it's because my character sheet has popped out. Hold on just a second. My character sheet is like, I'm trying to load daylight into it, but it's just blank.
Okay.
I gotta reopen it. I'll link it to you in
Daylight. Oh, I can see it here. I pulled it up.
my Roll20 just
60-foot
crashed.
radius, sphere of light spreads out from a point you choose within range. Rest for an hour if you choose a point on object. Ooh. That's good. That's wonderful. I love that for you. I really do. Let me just check something. So are you moving at all? You can move up to your movement, basically.
Yeah, I'm trying to get basically to the entrance to the tent.
So you won't be able to get that far.
Yeah, I'm just making my way as close as I can. I'm making my way.
You can go bump. You can get to like here, basically, in that round.
Yeah.
All right. So 8, 5. As you move up there, you see that those bats kind of stop just on, so what is, I have to double check it. 60 foot radius. Nice. And then, sorry, I'm just double checking something quick.
I figured it out.
Amazing. All right. So as you cast this, what does it look like as this explosion of daylight just comes up into this area?
I imagine that the daylight, as a very monochrome magic themed character, it would be just a very silent, very quick, like gross, almost white fluorescent light. Like, even though it's daylight, it's not like warm, happy light. It's like gross, but really bright white light.
All right. So this like gross kind of white light envelops all of you, and this entire area is just struck by this incomprehensible daylight. Like it pushes away some of the mist. And as this happens, that swarm of bats stops just on the outskirts of where your spell extends to. And you see the swarm starts to shift and change. And eventually you see very far away from you, forming, you don't see just one, you see two individuals now standing there. One, of course, being the illustrious Strahd von Zarovic, stands in the field looking up at the group of you and says, you can hear her voice echo across the Vistani encampment. You hear her say, "So, I see you're here now, working with my friends. Very nice, very nice. You mind turning off the lights so we can talk in a more civilized way?"
There is no civility when it comes to this conversation. I grab a javelin and I'm gonna fucking hurl it at Strahd.
We're gonna go into initiative first.
I have let you know if Strahd shows up with this new character. My new character is just attacking her.
All right, so all of you, please roll me in. Let me get the initiative tracker up real quick before anything. Okay, make sure to click on your tokens first and then go into your sheet and roll initiative, please. Thank you.
Witty please.
You also see beside her, there is another individual. I'm gonna just enhance it so y'all can see how. Wait, what the hell? Where did you go, boy?
You deleted him.
No, I didn't. I just put him in the wrong layer. You see from far away another individual, kind of more feminine features, very lanky and a bit skinny. Yeah. You see that their ears are slightly pointed but mostly rounded, almost as like alabaster skin, these soft yellowed eyes. And you see that they like, as they kind of stand there, they just gently like lean on Strahd very casually, very almost affectionately.
Uh-oh.
Maybe I can get a 2-for-1 deal and hit them both.
All right, let's see. So we got them selected.
It's the worst feeling when you're like, all right, I'm doing this X thing to like start off this combat and be like, nope, fuck talking. and then it's like, okay, I roll shit on initiative.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
I
look
don't
who else
do my
rolled shit
thing
on
for a
initiative.
while.
Yep.
Mhm.
Initiative +0.
Oh no!
My initiative is far too fucking high.
Ooh,
What?
that's good. All right, I think so. Serana, Noonim, Ghislaine, and Alfie. So Alfie are going first. Perfect. I love to see it. The kids are going to act kind of last. Also going to roll for Luvash. Why not?
The children are in my daylight, right?
The children are currently in your daylight, yes.
Okay, cool.
They just, I think, get into your daylight too. So as this happens, I think Alfie, what is your dexterity? Actually, what is your initiative bonus, please?
It's 5.
5. Perfect. You go first. You see that No Name is like going and reaching behind her back and pulling out a javelin.
Oh,
What
so
would
she
you like to
hasn't like
do?
thrown it yet?
Not yet. Like it's about, but people are prepared already to go. So it's like things are just moving. You can hold until.
I'm gonna vicious mockery.
Who are you vicious mockery? Are you doing it to Strahd?
I'm gonna go, what do you want, you batty bitch?
Oh my god!
No.
Oh, they would be a little bit closer because they're going literally to the edge of your daylight.
I think
All
that's
right.
I think that's input,
it's
right?
a taunt, but it is like
So.
a what the fuck? What the fuck is
It's
up,
good.
Strahd?
It's good. It's good. I love it. So this is a wisdom saving throw. We'd love to see it. 26.
It's 60-foot bright light, then 60-foot dim light. So I don't know if that means I need to do
me
another
see.
60 feet. I mean, if they can go
Love.
in daylight, otherwise.
Ooh, one sec. Oh, okay. Daylight, I will tell you right now. Actually, I will tell you right now, daylight does not give the effects of the sun. It just makes it brighter.
Yeah.
But it won't burn a vampire.
The
Just wanna
darkness
give you
was
that.
rolling in.
Yep.
There's-
Okay. Just want to make
There's
sure.
quote dusk, quote elves. I'm trying to just get some light. It's fine. I don't
Shed some
expect
light
them
on
to
the
just like.
situation.
I don't think it's gonna turn them into.
Yeah, it doesn't deal the damage. I just want to make sure that, and I just want to make sure that you knew just in case. Oh no, we don't want that. We don't want that. That one.
I think
I'm
the
trying to get rid of the
spell
darkness.
daylight does work that way.
It does not. I looked it up because it says it specifically has to create sunlight. Because daylight,
Okay.
I don't think is the sun, like, because that I don't think works. Because I looked that up specifically just in case.
Got it.
Because I wanted to make sure just in case. Because if so, awesome. But unfortunately, it doesn't. So I just want to be clear with that. So Alfie, what are you currently doing for your? You did vicious mockery. Do you want to move at all?
I think I'm just gonna get a little bit closer to my friends because I was a little
Alright.
bit on the edge there,
Perfect.
and
So
I'm
you
still
s-
gonna have the little. Is it a sword or like a dagger that he gave me?
For who? Sorry. Oh, it's like a sword. I should give you the
Okay.
stats on that. I apologize. It is basically a regular sword. It's just
Basic.
silvered. Is all. All right. So you move closer to your friends. You hear. Oh no, we're coming. You hear a little bit of some movement as someone else comes out of the tent. You see, I think that's no name. So no name. You see your good old friend Aragal make their way out of the tent. And you see that he's slowly like pulling out his daggers and twirling them, but he looks down towards Ismark, who's standing right in front of him. And he-
Fuck. I'm gonna shout out.
What are you shouting? Oh, I gotta roll for
Aragorn, back away from the boy!
And you just hear a soft chuckle. And he says, I will do what she commands, not you. But he holds his action. Strahd takes a stride forward. You see that she extends a hand towards this dome of light that you've created, Serana, and puts her hand into it very, almost like a little bit cautiously, you see? And as her hand touches the light, she looks at it for a moment, sees that her skin is still intact, looks up at you and says, you got me there. Now we can talk about this peacefully, or we can get messy, but I prefer things clean and tidy, unless you really want to get dirty with it. And they just start walking. They don't run. They walk very casually. They are holding an action. They will hold their action for now. Serana, it is your turn.
Where are the children in the tent at this point?
You hear some scuffling, and I will say at this point, you hear Arabelle say,
Come on, let's go into the tent. Just move, Erigal.
God, we're not part of this. And shoves Erigal slightly out of the way, but makes it into the tent with the children. Safe and sound.
Aragorn,
can you
more
ping-
like a little bitch.
The Erigal of him. Okay.
Yeah. Would you ping where the entrance into
Yes.
the tent is? Because I can't
it
really
is
see it.
right here.
I would try to just stand in between Strahd and the entrance into the tent with the kids with my... Just kind of standing there.
Okay, also right there, because I know you can't really see.
Is Erigal.
Aragorn has knives on Ismark.
Like coming around this
I
corner
can't
here.
see shit. Oh,
You
yeah.
see? Yeah.
Why, though?
Because he's a little,
Did he say-
a little
did he
bitch
say-
boy that
Conniving
works
little
with
missed
Strahd.
bitch.
I was reading a spell and I missed.
Yeah, he said, I will do as she commands, basically.
Not you. Yeah. I'm removing these. We don't need these anymore.
Oh, well, I'm not... Like, Strahd would let somebody kill Ismark. Not the way... It's tracking him... I'm not threatened at all by this asshole. I'm just trying to stand in between the kids and Strahd. And now I'll just keep my eye on the asshole so he not gonna get no sneak attack.
All right.
Whatever weird surprise one-hit shank no name got.
Perfect. Luvash looks confused and says, all right, so we are just let's just talk about this. Let's not get violent at all, Lady Strahd, Your Eminence. This is a happy place. This is nice. We can talk, please. And like looks over to you, No Name, and says, please, let's talk about this. Let's not get violent. Like pleading to you. That's all he's gonna do. Irina looks to you, No Name, because you seem to be the only one who's like antagonistic towards Strahd, and like gives you a little quirk of their eyebrow. Okay. Are we going?
I nod.
Irina bursts into a sprint towards Strahd. Swords out. I'm assuming you gave Irina their swords back. Did you?
Who?
Ghislaine?
boss?
I don't think
Yes,
Ghislaine.
yes,
Okay.
because I have another sword, like a short
Mhm.
sword, and then the crusading short sword. So yeah. The other one
All right.
I've given back.
So you see Irina run up and says, "This is for my brother, you bloody bitch!" And pulls out the long sword and the short sword, and begins attempting to attack Strahd.
Nice.
14, I don't think is going to hit. No. Takes one swing. You see that Strahd just kind of backs up just enough, and you see the sword like cleanly go over just like the tip of their nose. Ooh, but crits on the second one.
Hell yeah.
And you see Irina drive their dagger into Strahd's stomach, twisting the knife with just this passionate, furious zeal on their face. And you don't see it, but you see that Strahd mouths something. For those of you, you can make a hearing perception check if you'd like.
Any of us can?
Any of you can.
I get advantage.
That's really good. Alfie, if you'd like, you can as well.
Stacey, if you were talking, you were muted.
Yeah.
Ooh.
19. I will say, Serana, you're the only one to catch this. You kind of read it almost on Strahd's lips. And what you
Juicy
read,
lips.
what you read is, "It's nice to see you, my love."
To like towards Irina.
Yes.
I thought Ismark was the one. What? I didn't read those lips, but me, the player, is a curveball.
They did have something planned. Ooh. They're not gonna do it, not yet. The other entity that had spent time, had been coming in with Strahd, they start to make their way forward. They only can get up beside, I think, Strahd. They just come up here. They look to Strahd, kind of the same way that Irina looked to you. No name, the quirk of an eyebrow, but Strahd kind of shakes their head and gives a small smirk towards them. No name.
All right, since Strahd was kind enough to move closer, I'm gonna go ahead and move forward with Irina with my swords, and as a bonus action, I will mark Lady Strahd with my Hexblade Curse, which will give me those things.
They did have a held action.
Okay.
So they are going, before you hit them, they are going to attack you as you come in. Let's see. They are going to... You see them reach out with two long, very well manicured, like, their claws and just try to swipe at you twice. They're not trying to grab you. They're just trying to do damage. So their first attack, a 24.
Okay.
Ooh. So
That's
that will
23
be
damage.
23 damage from Strahd for the first slash.
Nice.
The second being 21.
21. I'm still up. That's
Still
fine.
up. So you see, as you run up to them, No Name, Strahd very casually just like unfurls these long nails and just rakes you twice across the chest like it is nothing. Barely looks over to you. Is continuing to stare at Irina.
That's
Lady
fine, bitch.
Dimitrescu.
It says, "You're interrupting."
I don't care. I'm here to kill you. and
Ooh, spicy.
I am going to attack. I wish we didn't have that big combat earlier against a shadow creature where I guess I used most of my spell slots.
Oopsie doopsie.
Yeah, but it's gonna be a 24
24
to hit.
hits.
Love it. All right.
Indeed.
So that is, oh man, I only rolled a 1. Okay, so that's 8 points of magical damage and then 4 radiant damage.
All right. So 8 magic, right?
Yeah.
So...
Halfa, thank you for the gifted sub. Oh, Halfa's
Oh, for
giving me chaos.
chaos!
Oh
All
my
right,
god,
please
maybe it'll work out.
roll me a D52 again, please, and thank you. Oh, remember, did you take off your 15 temporary hit points first?
Oh no, I didn't.
Okay, add back 15 hit points then.
Okay. Love
You're
it,
welcome.
love it. Thank you. Nice, 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 nice.
Mm.
All right. D52. 42. I kind of wanted 17 and for Sue to show up.
All right. So let's
I turn into a
As-
potted plant. No,
as
is this
you
the one where
stab-
everybody's weapons turn into food?
No, this is different. You haven't rolled this one. So as you stab into Strahd, you see there's just this look, and as they look over to you, you feel it's like very quick. You find yourself like it seems like you're launched backwards, and as you're launched backwards across the grass, you find yourself now like just floating in what looks like space. You find yourself alone in this almost like a void sort of thing.
Fuck.
And as you're looking around, you see various stars pass by. You start to see galaxies. You begin to see the world being made and unmade. You see time raveling and unraveling, and you see that for some reason the universe is balanced upon a koala's back, and you're not sure why. What does it want? What does it need? And you're briefly shown the meaning to life, the universe, and everything. For the rest of the day, all your mental saving throws are at disadvantage as you are currently thinking about this, but you find yourself back in the space that you were. No one else has seen any change. Everything's just the same. Like this all happened in like the split second of time. And you find on your shoulder, you now have a towel for some reason. That's
it. Okay.
This is a Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy reference. Thank you.
Would it be... Fuck. In a panic over what just happened and where I am now, could I reach randomly into a pocket of my cool new cloak?
You know, sure, a random pocket. I would like you to roll me a
Halfa,
D100.
thank you again for another one.
All right, please roll me a D100, and then roll me a
Okay.
D52, and then we'll move on to Ghislaine, and I'll get to
Okay, so D100 is a 45.
a 45. All right, we're going with a different table for this. You reach in and you pull out a set of salt and pepper shakers that are full.
I toss them at Strahd.
Strahd is now like glaring at you because you did some damage. Like her chest is now like, they say, oh, my cape is in tatters now. Naughty, naughty, as it's like raked across their chest, and you just throw salt and pepper shakers at them. D52 is a 50 or 37, but we're gonna move on to Ghislaine.
Okay. I didn't see them I didn't see her disappear, did I?
No, that was literally just for them.
Okay. All right. So Ghislaine makes a snap decision looking at Ismark and Erigal and is like, if Erigal's working for Strahd, then he's not going to kill Ismark. And because they didn't hear what was whispered to Irina, is now freaking out because it's like Irina's in danger. Is each one of these squares, is that like a 5 foot or is it?
So basically each little one is 5 feet. So basically like this, each one across is 10 feet, like these big squares. So you can go like, this is 15 feet to here's 25 feet. So to get to Strahd, it'd be 30. You can get in there in 30 feet.
Okay.
But there is someone beside her.
I am actually going to try and make it to, if I can, just like here behind Irina and try and like either pull them back or kind of like grab them and turn so that they're facing that way. And it's kind of like, Irina, no, like, you are facing down someone who is incredibly powerful.
All right. I would like you to roll me. This is going to be an athletics check. This will be versus Irina's armor class, which is fairly high, surprisingly high. But you wrap your arms around Irina, pulling them back, and their like knife dislodges from Strahd's stomach, and you like reel them back in and kind of put them to the side. And they're like, "What are you doing?"
And I think they kind of look, you say, they're too powerful to face right now.
I don't care how powerful they are. They need to die.
I know, but now is not the time.
Do you have any bonus actions or anything you want to do?
Let me check 1 second. I am actually going to save my bonus actions for now. Yeah, I'm gonna sit on those and wait. That's my turn.
All right. Ismark, stumbled backwards a little bit, gets to their feet, seeing that Irina's in such close combat with Strahd, you see this look, Serana, of determination cross over Ismark's face, and they don't run into the tent. They begin to run out, kind of standing in front of Alfie to get a better view of Strahd. And you see as Ismark, you're noticing they're trying to channel that that power that they had put forward before, that blast of energy, trying to direct it towards Strahd. And you see as they begin to cast Eldritch Blast and they start to fire it towards, you see this like sickly green energy go towards Strahd. And as it does so, you see Strahd's eyes divert from you, No Name, look towards this incoming bolt, and they reach out a hand and swirl it around, grasping onto the Eldritch Blast. You see they hold it for a moment, and they make a crushing motion with their hands, and the blast is shattered. You just hear Strahd start to chuckle. Say, "You can't use that against me. Not when I gave you that power." And Ismark stands in horror. Marshall looks to you, Serana, and says, "What do I do?" Serana?
I look at him.
And I go, yeah, hold on. You need to help our friends. I want to grab him and like get ready to throw him. I didn't do anything last round. I want to fastball special
fine.
him at Strahd. Please do. Please. I would like you to make me
Incredible.
an athletics check. You want to help Ismark? Oh, that baby needs so much help. Okay, Ismark has help. Thank you so much.
I also helped
Rogue
Ghislaine.
Okay, so you're helping Ghislaine. Sounds.
And now
Fantastic.
No Name has one too.
No Name, you also have one. Oh my god. Thanks so much, Hafa, by the way.
Yeah, thank you,
said,
Hafa and TRS
awesome.
and everyone that's being incredibly generous.
Thank you. And Hafa for causing this mayhem.
Yeah.
You said athletics test.
Athletics, please. Or if you can think of something else. I can totally do that. Because this is just improvisational rat throwing.
No, I'm just unless he wants to be yeeted because he's like doing a trampoline jump and he can give me advantage on my.
Yeah, he'll
roll
give you
to
advantage.
yeet him.
Yeah, well, he'll give you advantage on whatever you need.
Yeah, to throw him. That's what I need to do to help our
He's
friends.
going to give you advantage on that.
Yeah, because he's like bracing it. It's like, and then
Yeah.
you know the freakazoid hand motions.
Yeah, so feel free to take your action to throw Marshall.
What am I doing?
I love it. 19.
Nice.
You throw and you just see it like just Marshall splat against Strahd's face.
No, I meant to like help our
Oh.
friends. Not I. Oh no!
No,
I
you
didn't
rolled.
want to hit
Sorry. Do you want them to hit Strahd? Or do you want them to land on Ghislaine?
I was trying to so he could help, so we could give advantage or whatever, or help our friends. I don't
Gotcha,
fucking
gotcha.
throw him at.
Okay, so they hit the back of Ghislaine and like scramble up Ghislaine's back, and it's like,
Oh god! What's happening? I'm here! Hello?
It's gonna be like, can I just like catch him?
So, what is
Follow the
Marshall
rat.
going to do? Marshall is going to wait, and they're going to prepare an action. They're not going to do anything just yet, but he's going to chill. Back to the top of the round, Alfie. What would you like to do?
Trying to suss the stitch. So I'm next to Ismark, and he just tried to hurl an Eldritch, and she just fucking went no.
Yep.
And Ghislaine is holding back Irina.
Mhm.
Strahd, right?
Yep.
I feel like I want to do something to protect Ismark, maybe? I don't know. He seems like, does it seem like she's going after him? Or is she just like here?
She's just here.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
She's just here, and No Name's going to aggro, and then we're
No
just
Name's
dealing
going-
with that.
Full fucking rat-a-tat-tat on it. Does Strahd have anything metallic on her?
Oh no! Roll me, okay, high or low?
Seems like
low.
a woman who likes jewelry.
Right?
Low?
I thought
Okay,
she
roll
had
me a
something-
D100.
Yeah, are the buttons on her clothes metal?
Unfortunately,
She has no metal
No.
on her.
no.
Okay, alright.
Currently, but the other creature the other person that came with her, you see that he's got like very ostentatious jewelry on, like these large rings on his fingers, some
Oh, you know what? Yeah,
earrings,
fuck
like a
that
nose
guy.
piercing. He's hot though. Okay.
What kind of piercings does he have?
Pardon?
What kind of piercings does he have?
So he's got like, you see he's got like a little nose piercing, he's got like rings on. You see like very, very stealthily, he's got like an eyebrow piercing.
Can I only heat one thing on someone? Or is it like if I say jewelry, does their jewelry?
We'll say like you can designate like face. Like
okay,
sector.
all his facial piercings.
Okay, is there any like roll against that or anything?
Yeah, let me boop bop the thing. Back.
Bop, boop, bop. Heat
My
metal.
bebop is blueberry.
Any, let's see. Oh, 60 feet, and you're within 60 feet, which is wonderful. Any creature in physical contact.
I see a lot of dice there.
If a creature is holding or wearing the object, so they must succeed on a Constitution saving throw or drop the object. Or they can like just throw it all out. Okay, it basically just like happens. So he'll just take 2d8 fire damage. Right, roll me 2d8.
And then he drops his face.
I think it already happened, didn't it?
Sorry? Ooh. I'm gonna go with that one. Because I didn't see
and
that
then
other one.
it's until spell ends, you can use a bonus action on each of your subsequent turns to cause this damage again.
Oh my gosh.
Hell yeah.
He begins to like scream as he's like, oh my face, oh bloody shite. And it's trying to like remove the piercings as they're heating up on his face.
I'm kind of just hoping that's like a distraction a bit for Strahd, and then I'm gonna try and get a little bit in front of Ismark and tell him that he needs to like back off, because I'm just playing off the fact that Ismark is who we've been kind of protecting or like guiding around this whole time, so
yeah,
that's who I want to be around.
All right, Serana, you feel that presence of Aragol step up behind you, and he says, looks like all of you are fighting. Unfortunate for you. And he is going to attempt to strike you with his daggers.
Strahd didn't tell him to attack.
Oh, y'all are attacking.
I'm doing no
He
such
hates
thing.
you. He's gonna do it. A 7. So you see his first attack as he goes to stab you. It like hits into, you're not wearing like robes, it hits into like your hood. Like he stabs up, you duck forward just in time, and he cuts your hood. But he finds that his sword kind of gets stuck and jammed, so he has to use his other action to pull it out.
Rip.
Oh shit. A little bit flustered.
This guy does more damage than Strahd. I just want to point that out.
This is bananas. He's disgusting.
In more ways than one.
Holy shit. Sorry, just looking at the poison damage. Jesus fucking Christ. Strahd, let's see. What is Strahd going to do? They will look to you. They look down at their wounds, a little bit frustrated. She frowns. And looks up towards you, Ghislaine, as you kind of have got your arms around Irina. I would like you to make me a wisdom saving throw, please.
Okay. How good am I at this? Not very.
Ooh. So as they look to you, you feel this, you feel almost like an ease wash over you as Strahd looks towards you. And she says, all right, Ghislaine, we're friends, right? So I would like you to let Irina go and just take a back seat. No one else is going to get hurt in this as long as they don't harm me, okay? And you feel a friendship, a kinship towards Strahd. You know that what she's saying is true, so all you need to do is just let Ismark go. And for now, you are charmed by her.
Wait,
That-
is Mark or Irina?
Ghislaine.
No, but like,
Oh, sorry. Let Irina go, because
Okay.
I think that's probably not too far off the mark because they're like, I don't want to get like, I know I can't take her, so I just kind of like, I don't really have a choice. I just kind of like do as she says, or do I have to do that on my next turn?
This will be like you can just let go basically because
Okay.
you're not grappling Irina at all. You just moved.
Yeah, it's more of like a protective
Yeah.
stance.
And Strahd just takes a step forward, looks over at you, no name, and says, "Please, I find you are very entertaining. I really do. You're very exciting and all this, but we can engage later. I am just trying to do a small reunion right now. Could we put it on hold, maybe in a couple days?"
no.
Oh, shame. You're so cute too. Serana, it's your turn.
I say, I have thrown no such attacks, and you've not been told to attack me. You've directly disobeyed Strahd. Bonus action cast Sanctuary on myself, and I just move a little bit away, looking at him like, what the fuck are you doing? I say it loud enough so Strahd can hear.
You cast Sanctuary on yourself. What does it look like as you do this?
This looks like a... It's almost like, I mom arm myself for a little bit with the spell. It just
Love
creates
it.
like a barrier. I'll put it in the chat. There we go.
A lovely little mom arm barrier. And you
And
take
then,
some steps away.
yeah, and if he is gonna try some shit, I can hold an action, right?
So this is your bonus action. Yeah, you can hold an action.
In case, like, I'm just trying to get away. I can get more than away if I hold. So bonus action to cast that on myself. I suppose I should not cast next to him. Is that a thing? I should probably move
You're not
away first.
You're not casting it on him, so you're fine.
Yeah, so I'm gonna just kind of walk backwards towards Ismark, and like I want to get close to here as possible.
Do you want to take a disengage action so that
No, I'd like
he
to
won't attack
hold
you?
my. I'd like to hold my action.
Okay, but you
so
wanna
if
walk.
he tries to do any kind of attack, I can cast hold person on him.
Okay. He is going to, as a reaction, as you're stepping away, attack you. So that's his reaction to stabbing you, basically.
Okay.
So he
and
gets that off first.
He has to roll a wisdom save.
He does indeed. Creature who must make a wisdom saving throw. Okay. There we go. Wisdom, baby. He's not great at it. What is the DC? Is like a 16. Ooh, he makes it. Double 19s. As you're moving away, yeah, he just smirks and will attempt to give you a little stabby stab. He only can do one. Thankfully, he does not hit again. As he tries to swipe at you, but you back away just in time as he takes a swipe.
I look at him all disappointed.
Are you going to use your action to cast hold person? Because you can still move away, like to where they are if you'd like.
He like just tried to attack me.
Yep.
And that's a lot of times in between. And that would, I think, if I cast a spell that affects an enemy, it would end my sanctuary. And I don't want to end the spell I just cast on myself.
Okay.
So I'm gonna hold. I'm gonna hold a hold.
Okay.
But I'd like to move as far away from him as possible. Does
Yeah. So you can move yourself.
Can I move like here? I can't. Hold on. Where's the boxes are messing me up.
I know the
Backs.
boxes are so You can move like in front of Alfie, beside Alfie.
I
if
can
you'd
move
like.
30 feet, right?
Yeah.
I'd like to move
There?
like yeah.
Okay. So you're able, as he takes a quick swipe at you but misses, you're able to kind of move more in. You see the companion with Strahd like kind of covers their eyes as you get a bit closer, seeing like how much light is emanating off you. He does not like it. There's a bit of a hiss that comes from him.
Well, I'm not looking at him. I'm looking at the dude that's trying to fucking shank me. And I'm
He's-
sure Luvash saw that. I mean, it's all super bright outside, so everybody's seeing him just trying to shake me for no reason, just trying to protect the fucking kids. Cool beans.
Yeah, you see Luvash turn around and just yells this very primal rage and just launches himself at his brother. To the scimitar. Oh my god. So you see Luvash launch himself at his brother and is going to try and tackle him first. So he's gonna do, this is athletics versus athletics. 22. I don't think Aragol. It's gonna be strength based. No. You see immediately like Luvash just tackles his brother to the ground and just pins him there. And it's just like, don't fucking move. They're friends. Fuck. Just punches him in the face once, like just gives him a slap. So the two are tussling. Irina's gonna keep going for Strahd. As much as she cares about you, Ghislaine, she's like, I have to do this. I'm sorry. And will continue to attack. With 2 swings. One being, unfortunately, does not hit. That one does. And you see as it digs into that same short sword, just swiping across Strahd's hip. There's more just a chuckle that comes from Strahd, as it definitely does not do as much damage as it should. And you all kind of hear, as you're in this vicinity, you hear Strahd say, I cannot wait to get you back to the castle. It's going to be so fun.
Does Ghislaine register this?
Yes, but you can't technically attack Strahd right now.
Yeah, you're best friends.
Yeah, you can register it as you want, but you are charmed by Strahd. I don't want to impede your roleplay at all.
Yeah.
For how you're going to react to this, of course, but the charm is still affected. All right, Escher's going to spend an action to take out all of their piercings. You start to see them like remove them all, throw them onto the ground. You see there's like burn spots in their face where they were attacked, but as soon as they remove these piercings from their face, you do see that their wounds start to stitch up and close as they heal. They are going to step towards you, no name, and look to you and say, hi. Look here, I understand that might have gotten off of the wrong foot with, Lady Strahd and everything, but I'm really gonna have to say, if you try to attack her again, I am going to try and attack you, basically. So you can either calm down and we can talk this out, or I will hit you. Fair?
I don't say anything to him.
Righto. He just kind of nods. He doesn't seem like he wants to be here that much.
He used his
like,
action already.
Oh, you're right. Haha, you are correct. Thank you.
He ain't got shit.
He does not.
I would like to use my held action to cast Hold Person on Nowhere. No name. Whatever.
Okay. Is this all right with you, No Name?
I'm trying to save you from getting killed.
You can try,
Okay.
but it does not work.
Oh,
Because
is
I am
that
not
your
a
thing?
person.
Are you not a humanoid?
I'm a fae.
So you try to
Really?
cast this, Serana. As you try to grasp on and to hold No Name, you feel that your spell wraps around them, but for some reason it doesn't catch, it doesn't latch onto them. It just slips through your fingers completely, but you do cast it, so it is gone.
Okay. I mean, it was going to be gone anyway.
No Name. Also, you find those wounds are kind of festering a little bit already. They hurt. Those like big, deep scratches from Strahd. And you find that it kind of mars like your shoulders and your chest a bit. And until they heal, basically for the rest of the day, you have -1 charisma. From
That's my
Hapa,
best
thank
feature.
That's okay. Scars are sexy.
You. Yeah.
Okay. So as my bonus action, I'm going to use Harness Divine Power to regain a spell slot.
Amazing.
By
Love it.
getting rid of by using my Channel Divinity.
Mhm.
And then I'm going to try to strike Strahd.
Okay.
So I was given a thing by chat. What does that do?
Help.
Yeah.
It's inspiration, so you get to reroll.
Okay. Then
So you rolled a 14.
I will
You did
use
not
that.
hit. Okay. A 20 does hit indeed.
Perfect. Love it. Love to hear it. So I deal 15 points of magical slashing damage, longsword of slashing, and then 2 points of radiant. And then I'm also going to use Divine Smite, which against a vampire, undead, whatever, it's going to do an extra d8. So it'll be 3d8.
Love it. Please do.
3d8 radiant. That is 21 extra points of radiant damage.
Oh my god. You see, this carves a huge chunk out of Strahd. As you cut deeply into them, you see like that very lackadaisical air that Strahd had before, like this entire fight. She just turns to you, and all that smile, all that like smize just fades.
Yeah.
And it is just, you don't see anger, you see nothing. As she just stares at you. And
I
says,
would like to point out to the audience, Piper and I have talked about this, of like, it's going to be bad when somebody gives money for Strahd to show up, because my character will just try to kill her, and it's not gonna go well.
no.
So,
I'm just trying to stop people from dying.
that is my turn.
Ghislaine, it is your go.
Okay. I can't do anything against Strahd. Can I physically pick Irina up, or I was told to stand back and not interfere, right?
Basically, you're told to let Irina go and just to stand to the side.
Another question to the DM. I wasn't given specific instructions on this.
Mm-hmm.
Am I
To hurt
able?
Escher?
I know. But I was gonna say Aragal as well.
If you want to go back and smack Aragal, you know that he's being dealt with by Luvash right now.
Yeah. I think Ghislaine looks at Strahd and glares at her and says, "Don't you dare hurt them." In reference to Irina. It's "Don't you dare hurt Irina."
I won't.
And then, there's a cart in the way. Can I get, how close to Aragal do I think I can get? Oh. I was told I couldn't grab Irina, but I probably could grab No Name, couldn't I?
If that's okay with No Name.
Yes.
Is that okay with you, No Name?
If that's okay.
You're gonna try to grab me?
Just kind of and then scoot away with you.
trying to grapple you. Is that okay?
If it's okay. If it's okay.
You can try, yeah.
Okay.
There's another one?
Yeah, there was a second one.
Okay, roll me another
I
D52.
did. It was a 37.
That was... So you've gotten 2, I think, from Hafa, correct?
Yeah. So it was 42 and 37.
Yeah, I've already done those. So the 42
Okay.
was when you went into like the void and got the towel. And then the 37 was when you lost 1 charisma.
Okay.
Yep.
Got it.
I got you.
I was mixing them up in my head.
No worries.
Cool.
So Ghislaine, give me an athletics check, please. Opposed
Okay.
by no name. Make me an athletics check as well.
As long as that's okay with you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yep. Consent in gaming, especially when it comes to
Yay.
PvP.
Yeah.
Always.
I'm just like, I just want to make sure. Oh, shoot.
Well,
Oh no.
so
Barely.
how does it look as you scoop up No Name and just like carry them away?
I'm gonna scoop up No Name and like they're
Thank you,
supporting-
Hafa.
gently supporting like their feet and their back and just try to move away from Strahd and like cover them with my body. How far away do I think I can get?
Okay, so you think like you can get like I think half your movement, so 15 feet away.
Okay.
So it's about there. So
One.
you pick up. So you just scoop up No Name. Neither Strahd nor the other person with them attempts to attack you as you leave at all. They just let you go, of course. As you're scooped up, can you roll me 1d4, please, Emma?
A D4. Okay.
Oh no.
Hafa.
3.
Oh my god, a 3. That's not great. That's not good. So as you're picked up, you feel something kind of pop there. No Name. You feel like with that wound, it's like there's just something that's getting inside you. It almost feels like little worms or something. Like it just seems to be affecting you deeply. Like you feel your arms kind of freeze up and lock up a little bit. And you're finding yourself, it's very hard to focus. So not only are you at disadvantage for, I think, like mental saving throws, and you have negatives to charisma, for the next 3 hours, this will be in-game time, you have lost proficiency to all your skills. Yep.
Holy
Is that like a-
fuck.
That's chaos, baby.
Your sciatica bone.
It's really bad. It can be really good, like a unicorn
My
shows up.
astigmatism.
Or really as you
Oh, no.
scoop them up and run away.
I'm also not going to like hold them. I'm gonna put them down and just kind of like stand in front. Like you have the you could get away if you wanted to. I'm just like I watched you hit Strahd and I'm real scared.
Right. Ismark is not going to heed any of your warnings. Sees that their sibling is in danger. Sees that they can't do anything with their spell that they have, that one spell, and just starts to scream. You can see like all of the pain, all of the torture that this poor man has been through because of this woman. You see Ismark just run up, brandishing his blade, and goes to attack them with a rapier. Let's see. An 18 does hit Strahd. So you do see that Ismark does cut into Strahd. You see that recognition cross over Strahd's face as they were kind of locked onto you, No Name, turning around to see Ismark standing right there. And as Ismark has this ferocity on his face and looking up at Strahd, she just looks down at him and just kind of chuckles a little bit. And you hear her say, "Oh, this is probably the saddest form that I've ever seen you in, Sergei. Shame."
Her brother? Sergei? Her brother?
Sergei, baby!
His name is Mr. Homosexual.
Marshall, what is Marshall going to do? Marshall looks. Ghislaine, you look back at Marshall. You see that Marshall looks conflicted. There, you see him look over towards Strahd and look over towards you. In this moment, Ghislaine, I would like you to make me a persuasion check, please. As it seems like Marshall seems to be teetering.
He's choosing a path.
He's choosing a path.
Oh no. I really hope the stuff that Marshall did. Okay. I really hope the stuff that Marshall did was like.
Oh, you
16.
have -1. No.
So 16 is all right. I am gonna roll a wisdom saving throw for Marshall.
I was really hoping that Marshall was like, oh, I'm gonna do this, like, help because I don't want anyone to die.
He's going to make a wisdom saving throw. I just want to see. Ooh. He looks to you, Ghislaine, and you see that his features kind of still a little bit. He looks down at the ground. And he looks back up to you. I need to check something real quick.
And rat.
Let's see. Marshall, he steps towards Strahd and crawls up her arm and sits on her shoulder.
You little fuck.
And he gives a little bit of a shrug and says,
What did you expect? Like, really?
I'm killing that rat.
Who do you think brought you here, bitch?
and he gives you like a little, like these little tiny paw fingers towards you.
Can Ghislaine look over at him and give him the, like, disappointed mom look and be like, when he says, what did you expect? And just be like, better.
Oh.
I'm not mad, I'm just
Got
disappointed.
him.
Not bad, just disappointed. He's gonna cast magic missile at you, Alfie.
You little fucking.
We're gonna make it.
Oh.
I don't think. No, there should be more than that. I think he's got. He's only gonna do it. Start a dart dealing 3 glowing darts. So I need to roll this.
Why
3
is he
times.
attacking? Why are anybody attacking? Oh
You see-
my god.
What looks like, as Marshall stands there, what looks like a tiny gun kind of appears in his hand, and he aims it towards you and like fires 3 bullets of magic missile, dealing a total of 7 damage to you, Alfie.
Oh, I don't even care about Strahd. I'm killing this fucking rat. I didn't like this fucking rat to begin with. Okay, I knew it.
All right, Alfie.
I feel like the hurt of that is mostly on the inside.
Yeah, it all just went to my heart.
Mhm. I will, just because we're at the top of the round right now, I will ask all of you, because we are 3 hours in currently, do you want to, because most likely this combat is ending in 2 rounds, do you want to continue or do you want to have it as a cliffhanger?
I'd rather finish it, honestly.
Yeah, I'm good to continue.
Finish the fight? Cool.
Yeah.
All right, Alfie, it is your turn.
Right.
Yeah,
Can we talk as like a free action?
Yes, you can fully talk as a reaction. Please do.
If I see, because I saw that magic missile, I saw that shit.
You
saw
did.
that shit
You saw that
session.
gun.
I saw that shit session 1. I was like, I'm gonna lean over to Alfie very quietly, and like, as you kind of you're pissed to like go do something, and it's like, it's like personal space. Is it cool? Are you angry? It's gonna get kind of personal space as I whisper, put the rat in the bag.
better than I
Oh
thought.
my god.
Put the rat in the bag.
Kidnap the rat and put him in a bag.
Alfie,
Okay.
it is your
Okay.
turn.
It's up to you, GM. Mage hand or
Mhm.
unseen servant? Which one has let me fucking pick up this rat? How do I pick up this goddamn rat?
I would say mage hand. Mage hand, you can unbutton that little pouch, have that mage hand take out that bag and try and get it towards Marshall.
Oh my god, this is dark.
Absolutely. I'm gonna, okay, you know what? I'm gonna mage hand it to sit right there for 2 seconds. So Marshall can understand he can have an existential crisis.
No.
at that moment.
Nope.
And-
Nope.
All right.
It's a,
So I would like you to make me, this is going to be a spell attack. Using your spell attack bonus, you're going to have to hit Marshall's AC.
It's like fucking 2.
It's really bad. So your spell attack bonus, so roll me a d20. We'll add 6 to it. You have to get a 6 or higher to get Marshall in the bag.
Marshall in that bag.
So Alfie, describe what it looks like as you get this bag around Marshall.
I think it's gonna like close to the ground so it's not super noticeable. Like I'm gonna look at Serana, she says that and it's just gonna come up right next to him and he's gonna look at it and it's gonna go
Yeah, and Marshall just goes, "Ah!" Like that's all that he can say. It's just like a tiny little rat scream as the bag just wraps around him and encompasses him.
fucked, you rodent.
You see the little struggle of the bag as he's trying to push out.
Oh no.
And you start to hear from inside the bag is this tiny little chuckling.
Ew. I think Alfie's gonna feel like a twinge of like, she's gonna cringe a little at that. Like she feels a little bad, but not enough.
All right. Do you want to move at all, or is that your turn?
I'm gonna move next to Serana, behind between Irina and Ismark. Save.
All right. I will say Aragal and Lubosh are struggling together currently. I'm going to have them kind of out of the fight because they are fighting amongst each other. Strahd will... Let's see. Ooh. I can do this more than once. Neato. So Strahd looks to Irina, extends a hand, starts to extend a claw towards where Ismark is. About to, you can tell, most likely strike Ismark down. As the claw comes forward, you see Irina start to panic. Strahd looks towards Irina and says, either you agree to come with me, or I kill your brother right here, right now. And Irina looks terrified for a moment, looks over at their brother, looks back up to Strahd. And you see Irina quickly looks over towards you, Ghislaine. Looks towards you, Serana, No Name, Alfie. And just mouths, sorry, before nodding and taking Strahd's hand. And you see as they do, Strahd reaches that hand that was going for Ismark, over, and you see they run their index finger almost down the air. And you see it almost looks like the air starts to split open. You see these long, blackened tendrils start to peel away at reality itself, creating the shimmering door made of black and purple light. And you see it just takes but a moment, as in that second, both Irina and Lady Strahd step through it. The tendrils quickly disappear, as does the rift, and as do Strahd and Irina.
I definitely reached for her right in that moment, being behind her.
You reach for her, or reach for them. And they just had these tears in their eyes as they did this. But they are now gone. Serana, you can tell that the other creature is looking to depart. The person does not want to stay here, does not look to be wanting to fight you. But it's up to you whether you will let them go or not.
I'm not doing anything to stop them.
Right.
I didn't want to fight at all. I just got shanked dead twice by that motherfucker over there fighting with his brother. They can just duke it out for all I want. I don't think this is not good. I'm worried about the kids.
All right. So as you do that, you see that Luvash is still fighting. You see them scrap, and he's like on top of Aragal right now, like full fist to this guy's face. You can hear the smacks of flesh as he's pounding just into his brother's face, just beating the shit out of him for even threatening to attack you all.
As kind of like a retroactive thing, before they do actually go through, can I just kind of, hoping that Irina will hear, basically kind of quietly say, we'll come get you. We're not going to leave you.
And they nod. And they had tears like just rolling down their face at that point before stepping through. And the other creature, or the person, they see what's going on. You see they look around, and they look to where Strahd was. And they're like, are you fucking kidding me right now? She fucking left me? She fucking left me here? Fuck! You know, it was a slice. It was nice to meet you. Love to do it again. Love to see you again. And they give you like a little finger guns and a wink, and they're just gonna try and run away. They start booking it. Ismark is going to try and take a swipe. Ismark is taken aback in this moment. You see the guilt starting to grow on them, realizing what happened and him stepping in what he's done. But unfortunately, that last kind of ditch effort as Ismark takes a swing, unfortunately,
He has advantage.
He does.
He's got a little blessing.
he does. He has inspiration, not advantage. So I get to roll for him again, which is fine. He does hit, so he'll deal a little bit of damage as this. He's like, hit! And the other gentleman just starts like running full tilts. He's here. Just starts running full tilt away. At this point, you see Ismark, after meeting their mark, you see he falls to his knees and just begins to sob.
What happened to the bag?
The bag is laying on the
Alfie
ground.
has it.
It's like,
Okay.
yeah, Alfie, you still have it kind of in your mage hand.
Oh, okay.
Do you want to pursue this other person, or are you going to leave it at that?
Nowhere's
Like,
gonna
whatever.
throw something at them.
Go ahead. Feel free.
So Nowhere like kind of breaks free of Ghislaine and stands up in frustration, grabs one of their javelins and just flings it towards this other vampire.
All right.
I also think Galen would have just like set you down so you don't have to like, you can move around.
Mm-hmm. You do hit.
Okay, so it's gonna deal 7 plus 2 radiant.
Okay, no problem.
Um,
Okay.
and so it just flies through the air and then collides with him in his shoulder or something, piercing through him a little bit. And I imagine he's just still going.
Yeah, you see that as it collides with his shoulder and he's running, he just kind of, it hits into his shoulder. You see him stumble for a moment, and then he just bursts into this cloud of bats and begins to fly off back towards what you think is Castle Ravenloft. And you are now
Then
left. Mhm. Go ahead.
Nowhere is kind of standing there, breathing heavily in frustration. Doesn't even look at everybody else, but just simply says, "You all made a terrible decision." And then is going to walk off over here.
I think at this point.
Still fighting?
No.
Oh, the brothers.
The brothers, I think at this point, Aragol is just kind of almost like laughing. You see him like just chuckling on the ground. His like face is completely bloody. Like one of his eyes is blackened by the fists of Luvash. And Luvash is panting. You can see him heaving from just the distress and frustration of having to beat the crap out of his brother. And as he kind of sits back and he looks up as you come over No Name, he says, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for... This is supposed to be a safe place.
What is your judgment on this one now that he's brought in the enemy?
Luvash looks down at Aragol, looks back up at you, and says, I can't kill my own brother.
You don't have to. I'll do it.
No. He can just go. Away from here. No longer with the Vistani. And Aragol looks up to his brother. And you see that changes his features. That's the one that stings the most, is being sent off. And at this point, as you're talking with them, Ghislaine, Serana, Alfie, what are the three of you doing as you have lost Irina?
Ghislaine kind of slowly kind of walks over to Alfie and just kind of like drops to their knees. Says, I'm sorry, I couldn't do anything. She had me.
Alfie was like looking down once she got out, like once Irina went into the portal. And so she looks up, and this like definitely triggered a lot of the feelings of like when her parents left. And so she doesn't even have words. She just goes in and like bear hugs and like shoves her face into Ghislaine's neck and just cries.
And Ghislaine just kind of like encompasses her. We'll get her back. Or we'll get them back, I promise.
And Serana? You hear the padding of feet as the battle has been over now. Maybe lost, maybe won. But you see that the kids start to come out. They're safe. You see they're upset, but you see little Jimothy run over towards you. And he sees that the jalapeno is still around your neck. And you see that little Jimothy comes up and he says,
Did it keep you safe?
I look down at him and I pick him up with my non-staff arm and put him on my hip. And I say, I'm pretty sure that's the only thing that did. And I'm gonna look over at Ismark and Alfie and Ghislaine and say, she called you Sergey?
You see Ismark look up towards you. Just you can see there's a dirt mixed with tears now on his face, and he kind of pushes them back. And he says, I don't know what that means. I really don't.
Strahd called Irina. Now remind me, was it by name or did
It was
say
just,
beloved?
it's nice to see you. Yeah, my love.
It's nice to see you, my love. I go, Strahd was never after you.
What do you mean? What do you mean it's not me? I mean, she's been terrorizing me for a great many years and then took my sibling and...
Well, she called you her brother's name?
Her brother.
I read her diary.
But why? Not the diary part, but why?
We still have her diary?
No.
You don't. It was taken from you.
Oh, that's
By
right.
Strahd.
That's right.
I remember stuff. I go, I'm trying to remember. I think you're Strahd's brother?
As he kind of blinks.
I don't think Strahd's letting anyone leave.
Doesn't matter if we leave or not. Doesn't matter if I leave or not. All I care about now is getting back Irina. That's it. That's all. And I think with that, your camera fades to black, all of yours. The camera starts to fade in. You see the vision of the mists, the hills and valleys and mountains of Barovia. The camera slowly zoom back in on Castle Ravenloft. You see coming through the doorway, led by Lady Strahd, hand in hand, you see Irina. As they begin to walk forward into the foyer, they look up towards the staircase leading up. The figure stands their back to the two who have come in. And the large portrait of the beloved of Strahd hangs in the center of this wall by the staircase, showing off her strong features, the battle-worn armor that she wears, large sword carried, and her standing with poise and majesty. The figure in front of the portrait turns around, the exact image of Tatiana. A small smile comes across Sin's face as they look down and see Strahd, hand in hand with Irina. And you hear Strahd say, Tatiana, meet Tatiana. I am very excited to get the ceremony going. We'll send out invitations soon. It will be a wonderful time. And as she chuckles and as it echoes the stone hallways of Castle Ravenloft, that is where we will fade to black and end tonight's session of Curse of Strahd. Thank you everyone for
What a
tuning in.
fucking session.
Thank you everyone for tuning in. Thank you everyone for hanging out. I hope
Strahd
you
is
had a good
stealing my
time.
baby.
Yeah, Strahd's a big stealer. I hope all of you had fun. Now we're gonna go back around and we're gonna reintroduce ourselves and talk about our favorite moment of the game. So we're gonna start with Stacy.
My favorite part of the game
Who are
was
you though? Who are you?
I'm Stacy.
Hi, Stacy.
I have an Instagram. My favorite part of the episode was before all of that shit.
valid.
Actually, though, Mage handing the fucking bag
Yeah,
on
that
to
was
Marshall.
great.
I was actually
Jesus
very sad
Christ.
because I love Marshall as a character,
Yeah.
but Alfie has never liked Marshall.
Oh, Marshall.
It's
Yeah,
a traitor.
traitor. All right, and next up we have B.
The doll is next.
The tallest next, yeah.
Hi, I'm B. I do art on Twitch. You can find me at Bikake on Instagram and Twitch and Picardo and DeviantArt and Bikake Art on Twitter. I do art. I do fantasy art. I do character art. I did this character art. I'll do your character art. Buy my art. My favorite
Wonderful.
part of the night was honestly, it's a tie between telling Alfie to finally put this rat in a bag. Put something in the bag.
Love it.
The death bag, the bag that eats people.
That's
and then just dodging those 2 attacks from that asshole and not doing anything. That's satisfying. I know that was very like an RNG thing, but it just felt nice to just be like to stay the peaceful one.
No, it was fantastic. All right. What about you, Monster?
I am Monster X8 on here, Twitter, Instagram, other things. That's really hard to like. In the middle of the combat and stuff, I actually felt really bad for this, but I also thought it was kind of funny. Was just, you didn't tell me I couldn't pick up my friends and try to stop you from hurting them. I feel really bad because after, like, in the moment, I was thinking as the character thought and was like, I'm not gonna let you hurt anyone else. But then I'm like, oh no, did I like stop you from doing things? But I was like, you probably wouldn't have said yes if you did. So that was, yeah. Thank you for letting me do that, because I was like, no,
Yeah, absolutely.
not my fun.
All right. And Emma.
God, there were so many good parts. But hi, I'm Emma. You can find me on Twitch and Twitter at Emma Panada. This is my Twitch. We run various TTRPG games here. Then on Twitter, I shitpost, and I'll be posting about a system that I'm writing soonish. And I'll also be hiring other creatives to help me with various parts of its creation. So if you're a creative of any sort, whether it be an artist or world building or system design or various other things, and you want a potential TTRPG and something on your resume, then feel free to follow me, and I'll be posting that here in the next like couple weeks probably. But my favorite part of tonight, there's so many good parts. God, I think the reveal of Irina actually being Strahd's target and Ismark being like the reincarnation of Strahd's brother was really, really great. I loved that Serana tried to hold person me, but then it didn't work because I'm not a humanoid. I loved that I actually got to damage Strahd a bit.
Just so much damage.
Yeah.
That's a lot of damage.
If I had more spell slots, I could have really done a number on Strahd. But That's fine. Next time. But yeah, it was just like a whole thing. It's just it was so good. And then putting Marshall in the bag and Marshall's betrayal moment. Ooh, there was a lot happening this episode.
Yes, there was.
Yeah. But Matt, why don't you tell us who you are and where we can find you?
Hello, I'm Matihi. I'm the DM of this Curse of Strahd game. You can find me at Maddie Matihi on Instagram and Twitter, where I mostly just post on Twitter. I don't really post much on Instagram. I like Twitter now. That's where I live. I'm also here, of course, every Tuesday running Curse of Strahd or Timothy and Friends, where, of course, if you like doing TTRPGs, you can message me on Twitter and stuff. Basically, Jimothy and Friends is just open for all. It's based in Giona, which is kind of where they were in the first episode, this little tiny village. And it's all about Jimothy and his friends going on various adventures and such. We have it when we're not running Curse of Strahd. It's just kind of like an impromptu game. Maybe I run it more. I really enjoy it. It's a lot of fun. It's basically kids pretending to be adventurers when they're really not. They're just derping around like the whole, Gianna. But of course,
This is Timothy, and we love Timothy. He's the best boy. He's such a very good boy.
but yeah, so Jimothy and Friends, I'm also here every other Friday playing Kondo, who is my airbender in our Avatar Legends game, and I'm over on Stella Luna's channel every other Wednesday, next Wednesday. Playing Ricaria, who is a tiefling druid who has a little snack familiar named Sir Lancelot, who is their bestie. And then I think my favorite, well, there's a lot. I think finally revealing, because I tried especially to drop hints the last two games when Nina was here, because I had Nina and Mo kind of hint a little bit that it's like, oh, I've seen you somewhere before, Irina, sort of thing. That sort of thing. And also just finally giving the reveal that JK, it's not Ismark that Strahd's after, it's Irina. And just, we love to see it. We love to see it. So finally revealing that, absolutely fantastic. Thank you, Hafa, for donating $20, because that wasn't going to happen today, but that happened today. That's going to happen down the line, but I'm like, perfect. It was going to happen whether they were here or not. So 10 out of 10. But yeah, thank you everyone for tuning in and hanging out with us in our Curse of Strahd game. We're going to be here next Tuesday for more sad drama. Hopefully maybe a little bit more laughs this time. Well, there was laughs at the beginning, but more. And also, hopefully, No Name is not going to suffer such horrible effects as this game. Because, oh my God. Oh
so
my God.
Unlucky. Absolutely.
10 out of 10. Thank you so much, everybody. And I hope you have a wonderful night. Bye.
Absolutely. Thank you all so much for hanging out and being so active in the chat. We love you so much. We are going to raid a VTuber friend of mine, who is going to be in a one-shot that I'm running soonish, date TBD. There are a few different VTubers who asked me to run a one-shot for them, who have never played D&D or have only played a little bit. So I'm doing that, and it should really be fun. So please hang out and raid with us, show some love to this person, and we will see you next time. Bye.
Y'all good for waving? I always forget. I think so. Yay!
We have rated. We're good.